What's going on, folks? Welcome into another episode of the Final Drive here at Sour Kids Productions. It is your boy Alec, joined by Javante. DeAndre is back with us this week.
My name is Malcolm Brogdon for the whole day. My name is Malcolm Brogdon.
You're wearing your Celtics Pride shirt today, Javante.
You already know.
You're
bro.
decked out.
Gotta represent, bro. Shout out to Malcolm Brogdon if he's watching the pod.
DeAndre,
an Optimus Prime.
I dig it, DeAndre.
Thank you very much.
In the darkest days,
Oh.
we are up. No, I'm kidding. No,
Autobots roll.
we've had our nerd talk with Kenneth and Jordan for a good long time. Anyways, welcome in, folks. As always, gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm glad to be back. Last week, obviously, I was doing training for work, and then once I got out of that, I was too tired to come here. Sorry about that.
No, I understand.
The week before,
I know that
experience.
airport life.
Yeah, I know.
I know that airport life. I get you.
And then the week before that, man, when I don't think we had a show that week, but we couldn't because I was at a fan expo in Dallas.
How was that, by the way?
Oh man, it was such an amazing experience. I'm telling you, you got to go next year.
Are you gonna go next year?
Oh yeah.
I'll go with you next year.
Bet.
Are you gonna dress up?
Yeah. I actually was trying to dress up this year, but my costume didn't come in time.
What were you gonna go as?
Mace Windu.
Yo, no lie. If you go as Mace Windu next year, I will go as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Nice. Let's do it.
Because I was talking to Tony. I was like, Tony, for Halloween, like, you have the mane of Anakin. Like, you could pull off the Anakin look. And, like, my hair is, like, my facial hair is naturally, like, light brown. I could pull off a Kenobi.
Yeah, just dye.
We gotta do. I just gotta get a wig or dye my hair. We could do this.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So we can go next year.
Yeah, I'm down.
And you too, Javante.
Lando Calrissian, Space Pimp.
There you go.
Lando Calrissian, bro.
There you go.
Wait, which the solo land?
No.
You bringing the
I want
robot?
Billy D. Williams, the classic, smooth Billy D. Williams.
You don't want to bring your robot companion?
No.
The set's
No. Lando, the original OG Billy D. Williams.
Nah, but
Space Pimp.
honestly, man, like it was my first time ever going, and you guys can see my vlog that I posted on my channel. It's amazing, man. It
was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't like actually get autographs or meet any celebrities, but just being like near them was like amazing. Like Ashley Epstein, Will Friedle, Giancarlo Esposito,
Okay.
Brandon Fraser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was up there, so it was pretty dope. And seeing everybody in costume, it felt like I was at home. I was in my natural habitat with everybody who enjoys all this shit, all this nerd shit like I do. So
Hey, next year we're going.
oh yeah, there's also a Fan Fest in October. It's a smaller version, but that's something if you want to go to that.
Hey, you know what? And we could fly.
Yeah.
We'll go to Comic-Con if that ever starts back up again.
Hey, Comic-Con might be a little too expensive right now, but yeah.
We'll find a knockoff Comic-Con.
Yeah, for sure.
Com
Yes, there we go.
with an M instead of an N. But so yeah, it looked like lots of fun.
Oh yeah, it was. Definitely recommend for anybody who's interested in any of that.
And Javante, I understand today being Thursday, July 1st, you had a very good day as a Celtics fan.
Really?
I mean, I'm tripping Friday.
Friday. Oh,
Yeah,
I
Friday.
sure.
Friday.
Yeah, today was a good day. We got Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari, my new guy. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed free agency. I've been doing good.
They still getting worked by the Warriors if they play them again.
Where the Bulls go this year?
Okay, don't matter. I'm talking about. I'm asking. Why you talking about me? Why you talking about my team? I'm talking
Because
about
you bring up like something like you bring up
I'm
you talking like you.
I'm bringing up your championship.
Hold on, but you talking like you've been there.
No, well, I mean, we have before.
You weren't born yet, brother.
Okay, I still experienced 1996 when we won.
Could you even talk yet?
I couldn't, but I could comprehend what was happening.
You saw MJ. You said
I saw MJ when he hit that shot in Utah. I was 1 year. I think I was
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Yeah, I witnessed that.
See, we just made the playoffs this year. It's all.
Yeah, y'all both don't know. I mean, the Bulls have a little history. Y'all don't know nothing about no winning, but it's all good.
We made the playoffs. It's all.
Don't come at me.
Yeah.
I'm ready to throw that venom bet. Don't be coming at me today.
Yeah, okay.
So
We made some moves too.
let's
didn't we?
dive.
You brought back like a 215 million.
Let's dive into some of the news around the NFL. Obviously, earlier this week, the Washington Commanders. First time saying that on the show, I think.
It's better. It sounds better than
Washington football
team.
I like Washington
I like
football
that too.
team.
Me too. It grew on me.
I like it's simple, it works,
It worked.
and if only one team does that, then I'm cool with
It
it.
never worked for me. I was waiting for them. To
So you like Commanders more?
I just liked saying associated name rather than the football team.
We don't say it still. We say Washington. It's only one team there anyway.
No, I call them Commanders.
No, but most people say just Washington because they like Seattle. Like we think about Seattle, Seattle Seahawks.
And I think I remember Commanders. Like now, I'm starting to remember the Commander name because I always call Carson Wentz now Commander Carson.
It does make sense. Speaking of Commander Carson, he now has locked up his newest wide receiver. Terry McLaurin earlier this week re-upped with Washington after sitting out throughout mandatory OTAs. He signs a 3-year deal worth $70 million with 34 fully guaranteed at the signing. Terry McLaurin made a very emotional post on social media afterward, talking about the fans and kind of just, this is what he wanted, was to find a team long term. This is a guy who went round
17?
round
3, third round pick out of Ohio State, who nobody really knew about Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
and he just blossomed onto the scene with the coaching changes from Jay Gruden to Ron Rivera to the multiple quarterbacks he's gone through. To give you an idea, I believe through his last 2 years, Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, their numbers almost identical. And that's CD with Dak and, Andy, but Andy Dalton would have
Amari
started
Cooper.
in Washington,
yeah.
overall the quarterbacks they had. But so I'm a very big Terry. This is a Terry McLaurin friendly podcast.
Oh.
Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Terry McLaurin.
Dude is
Terry.
nasty.
I think Terry, you just think about the old Ohio State receivers that have come to the NFL, and they trying to set the tone for the Ohio State receivers that just came in this year because, we haven't seen Ohio State receivers get picked in the first round like that. Terry McLaurin went into the third round. Michael Thomas was a second round pick. So it's just crazy to see the transition and how Ohio State is viewed now as the wide receiver U of college football.
And they too go in the first this year.
Yeah, they had
Garrett
2
Wilson
first-round
and Chris Olave, yeah.
And if you want to count Jamison Williams, he transferred from Ohio State.
Yeah, and then next to another one. And Jackson
Smith.
yeah.
But yep, he's high on a lot of teams'
You
boards.
see a lot of that now.
Yeah, I mean, Terry McLaurin, that's a guy who...
And Terry and Michael didn't even have 1,000 yards at Ohio State.
They were second tier, second string guys.
Second string, it's crazy.
The Ohio State
Ohio
University.
State. Yeah, they got that that trademark, man.
I love that when they... But
They can be smoking USA a couple of years. We'll talk about that later.
Bobby, with Terry McLaurin, that's the guy to me who provides just a lot of good things, man. That's the guy who is not afraid to go across the middle of the field and take a ball, uncontested, with body in the air, holding on for a ball, or he'll go downfield and despite being a little short, he'll jump ball you for it. Yeah. I mean, that's a kid who, when he came into the NFL, he had to fight for a job, fight to make the roster. He fought for a starting job. He's fought, day in and day out, worked his tail off. So I'm happy for Terry, especially, as tragic as the whole Dwayne Haskins situation was. That was his quarterback in college. Mm-hmm. They played together briefly here in Washington, and I think it's just cool to see Terry McLaurin go from where he was to now a guy who's making $70 million a year. And he's a great dude and a leader too. So I'm happy for Terry.
Yeah, he's an amazing character for the wide receiver spot. We always associate wide receivers and their diva persona that we're so used to seeing, but I think he's one of the most humble wide receivers in the league, and that kind of helps when you're a third round draft pick. I think he's also one of the most complete receivers. He can play on the outside, he can play in the slot. He's fast enough to outrun defenders. I think he's great in jump ball situations as well. I just think he's smart. I think he's one of the smartest wide receivers, one of the best route runners as well. So I got to give props to Terry McLaurin. I'm glad that he got this deal. I'm also happy that he has it for 3 years because he's 25, 26 now, so he can still enter free agency in 3 years and still cash in for an even bigger check.
Yeah, agreed. And I think, another thing to add on with Terry McLaurin is, this is a guy who, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel, Terry, all these guys share the same agent. And, I think for Washington, they're obviously going through a culture change right now, right? That, they changed from the Redskins to the Commander, or to the football team, and now to the Commanders. They got rid of the toxic work environment Jay Gruden kind of created in a way. They brought in Ron Rivera, who, in my eyes, is probably no better leader among men. Forget X's and O's. That's a man. That's a leader right there. They brought in Alex Smith, who kind of is that model, leader. He's a model quarterback from a leadership perspective. That's the guy who's been there. He's been through everything, and he still comes out, as the good guy, if you will.
Yeah.
And now with the whole Dan Snyder stuff, there's a lot of negatives at Washington, to say the least. But Terry McLaurin is one of the positives with that franchise. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Y'all said a lot about Terry McLaurin.
We love Terry McLaurin.
I ain't gonna say what y'all talking like. Guys going in. I was like, okay. And you said y'all said a lot of things, man. Y'all said a lot of good things. I agree with what y'all said. First, Alex Smith's daughter, by the way. But as far as with Terry, man, I like the deal. I like the contract. I think it's very flexible. I think it still gives this team room to grow. I predict that they're gonna be a good, solid team this year. I think with Carson Wentz having Terry McLaurin locked, I think he feels better. I think this team's gonna be good, or at least decent. Compete for the NFC East. But yeah, I'm with that. I mean, he could have been a Raider, but it is what it is.
You can't have everybody, Javonte.
He could have been a Raider.
You can't have everybody.
You did an AB trade.
You can't have everybody. But to Javonte's point, I think for Carson Wentz in particular, he's never had a receiver of Terry McLaurin's talent. I know the guys in Indy last year, the Paris Campbells, the Michael Pittman,
can't get free.
They were young. They're young guys. Terry McLaurin's the guy who's come in this league and proven against starting caliber defense, he can make a contribution.
He's a lot better at separation than anyone.
If you look at the receiver he played with in Philly, like Alshon Jeffrey, a bigger guy, he really didn't have no receiver. He could really just get open, get free on their own. You know what I mean? Like he ain't never had that kind of guy. So I think for him, this is a refresher for him having a guy like this. So I expect big things out of Carson Wentz. Yeah. I know I could regret that on this podcast a couple months from now.
You might.
I could, but I believe it.
You can go out on a limb for Carson Wentz, but not Tua. Okay.
Carson Wentz, I've seen him do more. I think Carson Wentz had an MVP season.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't forget.
Yeah, and I agree. I think, I think Terry, if there's any receiver that can get Carson Wentz back to close to that MVP form, I think Terry McLaurin is the right receiver for him. And I think if there's any quarterback to out of recent years in Washington to get Terry to produce at another level, I think Carson Wentz is that guy at quarterback as well. So I think they'll benefit each other.
Yeah.
Not to change the topic on Terry McLaurin, guys. I know it's Terry Frame podcast, but I can't wait to see what Justin Jefferson's going to get paid in the market. Okay, this is what these guys are getting. Justin Jefferson is top. Justin Jefferson should be the highest paid receiver in the league when he gets paid.
The market has changed drastically.
He should be paid his numbers. That's number one receiver in the league as far as payment wise.
I mean, you're talking about Jefferson being arguably the best rookie the Vikings have had since Randy Moss.
Facts, and that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot. I mean, he broke Randy's rookie records.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
and you had Stephon Diggs there for a little bit too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's just always going to rise though, because it's like you look at Justin Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson just might be the highest paid receiver in the league, but then when Jamar Chase ends up getting his contract, Jamar Chase, a lot of people viewed him as the better receiver coming out of LSU than Justin Jefferson. So will he end up being the highest paid receiver at some point?
It depends.
It's just going to keep resetting.
It will continue resetting. I'm just saying Justin Jefferson's just a stud amongst his, like, when you look at his numbers compared to his peers and stuff like that.
Yeah, like he's definitely
the LSU boys.
That's what they do at LSU.
OB, that's what they do at LSU, bro. No, I'm with. I like this move. Shout out to Terry McLaurin, bro.
That's a good move for Washington and everybody involved. Speaking of these wide receivers, guys, let's take a look at this list that I put together. You can check it out on Sour Kids.
Love it.
SourKidsEntertainment.com. The first of many NFL pieces we will put out together for Sour Kids Entertainment.
Not the candy, guys. Sour Kids production, not the candy. I said in all the videos.
Hey, that candy is good.
Make sure people don't know. Unless we're sponsored by the candy. We got sponsored by Sour Kids yet?
Got anything working on that?
What are you doing? Get them deals called up.
I put together the top 5 wide receiver duos entering the 2022 NFL season.
Let's hear it.
I'll just throw it out to you guys. You just tell me what you think, and then, if you can think of your own 5.
Let me hear your list again.
Put it together. So, honorable mention. Had to get this in there, because I do think there's some truth to it as well.
Gotta be Saints.
Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. I was going to put Olave, but for the sake of he's a rookie, he's an unknown, I think Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas, 2 proven commodities, it works. And, the pressure of Olave and Landry taken off of Thomas.
That's where that bias kicks in.
I know, his bias is bubbling, bro. Jarvis Landry, Jarvis Landry, the market just sitting there. Nobody wanted Jarvis. I love Jarvis.
That's because he demanded too much money.
Okay, let me hear the rest of the list.
That's honorable mention. They're not even the list.
Let's go with the list, because then we can check off and say, like, hey.
All right,
Who
so
did he put? Yeah.
number 5, I have Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson.
Okay.
Okay, I like it.
Strictly because Robinson's coming off, very down injury plagued season. So you just
Chicago's
gotta
tough.
you gotta buy into the Rams and McVay.
And just the years of mediocre quarterback play
Yeah.
that he's had in Chicago.
So I'm gonna buy into Allen Robinson. Gets healthy and has a
That's
very
all OBJ did.
very good year with Matthew Stafford. And with Cooper Kupp, the year he had, there has to be some kind of dip. Don't know where it's at, but he's still going to be one of the best
Still get them
receivers.
target. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Number 4, I have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Devontae Smith, almost 1,000-yard receiver last year, as the number 1. Now you bring in AJ Brown, who, for my money, is one of the best yak players in the NFL. That's a dude who'll take a slant and take it to the house. So I love the duo of AJ Brown and Devontae Smith together.
Okay.
And the Messi C boys. That's what that is right there. Number 3, I have Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow.
Woo, woo. Oh, we ain't showing no love?
I think I got
Nah.
Devontae's vote right there.
I got my vote.
I mean, look, Devontae Adams is simply the
Probably
best.
should have been number 1, low key.
You'll see who one is. Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver in football. No question about that. Hunter Renfrow might be one of the most underrated players in football. I'll say that.
Sean McGinn is
That's a
bad.
dude who I've never seen a receiver run 6 routes in one play.
Catches everything, too.
Catches
Doesn't drop
everything.
anything.
Hunter Renfrow's nice. So they're at 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yes, sir.
And, yes, are there questions about Tua going into this year? Yes. But the reason why they're 2 for me has more to do with the idea of Mike McDaniel taking what he brought from San Francisco to Miami, talking about, before the snap, some movement pre-snap, getting the ball in these guys' hands, behind the line of scrimmage, just past the line of scrimmage, letting them do what they do best. It doesn't have to be home run plays. It's not going to be these 80-yard bombs and I think that's the problem with people when Tyreek Hill got traded. They expected kind of the same kind of offense, Kansas City with Pat Mahomes versus Miami. And I think that's just simply not fair to judge because what McDaniel did with Debo and those guys in on the West Coast was totally different than what Mahomes and Tyreek Hill did in Kansas City.
Yeah. And I think they're going to kill it in yak yardage.
Exactly. I think,
Yak.
yeah. They'll be the most fun duo to watch my list, I think.
Yeah. And hey, y'all don't keep sleeping on Tua's arm, but
Your
hey,
list kind of got some flaws.
Tua's going to load some deep bombs this year.
He will.
That y'all going to be like, oh, damn, he actually can sling it.
But I think everyone thought Tyreek Hill was going to have like 8 or 9 catches or 8 or 9 touchdowns and all of them be like bombs.
No.
And it won't be because the offense is going to be fun to watch for sure.
More,
though.
yeah. There was definitely some bias in there.
No, I really do believe that. I think Jalen Waddle.
No, not the Jalen Waddle one. The Saints
Tyreek
one.
Hill?
The Saints one. It was Saints, and then I thought some of that list was a little bit shaky.
Okay, no. Here's my thing
The
about
Tyreek Hill one's kind of shaky too. I think I'll put that down a little bit.
my thing with Michael Thomas. Is people just forget the year he put together before he got hurt in 2019. Talking 147 catches, 9 touchdowns, and over 1,200 yards.
But Michael Thomas and Jarvis
that's with a hobbled noodle arm Drew Brees.
Can I get my
but
list?
hear me out though. You put Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry in your nominated list over, let's say. I mean, obviously you still have one spot to go, so you might still have this team. But there's not AJ Brown. There's Marquise Brown and DeAndre Hopkins.
Mike
I'm
Evans
not
and
big
Chris
on
Godwin.
Marquise
Mike
Brown.
Evans, Chris Godwin.
I'm not Mike Evans. To me, he's good.
He's better than
But-
Jarvis.
A healthy Mike Thomas over Mike Evans.
Come on.
Seriously, in my opinion,
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
quarterback play.
But it's about two of them, right? It's two matchups. So, well, the Saints one should be out of there completely because Jarvis Landry's not better than Chris Godwin or Mike Evans.
Okay.
But I'm just saying you have some flaws in there. I think DeAndre Hopkins and Marquise Brown's a good one. What's one I throw in there? I forget. Oh, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen could be.
I'm not big.
I'm
I'm not big on Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen was too little too.
You're big on Jarvis Landry.
Did you not see the quarterback play this year in Cleveland?
Kirk Cousins, man can't play on prime. So what you talking about? Come on, bro.
I'm talking about Cleveland with Jarvis Landry.
Oh, what's your point?
I think you're going to see a completely different Jarvis Landry this year.
With Jameis?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if we're doing...
Again, people are... If Mike Thomas comes back to the Mike Thomas of old, you're going to be reminded just how good Michael Thomas was.
Ooh.
And that's with Mike Thomas doing some more down-the-field stuff than what we saw with him and Drew Brees, which was I don't want to say slants because I know what you're gonna say, but you know,
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
Yeah.
I thought about them. I really did. I thought about them. Who dat? That's all I gotta say. Maybe a little biased in the honorable mention.
Definitely.
Number 1, I have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
What?
No.
I do.
I love Jamar Chase, but you.
No, I know. Okay,
no.
now here's my thing. Here's my
Super
thing.
Bowl hangover. Probably.
Here's my thing with Jamar Chase. Right.
Go ahead.
Jamar Chase to me has this rare ability that I have not seen since we saw Odell come out in 2014. I'm talking. He is just a flat out playmaker. You give this dude the ball anywhere, and he makes plays happen. And T. Higgins, he doesn't get more snaps this year with Tyler Boyd kind of being more your slot player. Mm-hmm. I think T. Higgins is the guy. You saw in the Super Bowl. That was the guy who had 2 big catches in that game. Both of them were touchdowns. And I just think another year of chemistry with Joe Burrow, another year of development for T. Higgins. And he was a 1,000-yard guy this year. He was a 1,000-yard player this year.
What about Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis?
I thought about that, but
Gabriel Davis is up and coming, but at the same time, I gotta see more games.
Yeah, I don't know if I can buy into the hype after that. And look, he had 4 touchdowns.
Do you like Denver's receiving core?
Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He named the Saints.
I do.
I'm gonna mention you. I'm just saying there's a lot of teams we forget about.
And I'm telling you,
who that?
I'm banking on my. Go ahead.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
was gonna say I gotta trust Jerry Jeudy more. Like Cortland Sutton, I'm sold on him. Like I think he's.
I just gotta see more consistency from Jerry Jeudy.
Because Jerry Jeudy had a lot of drops. His first 2 years. So that's something that I'm kind of.
And again, quarterback play probably hindered.
Yeah.
But I mean, we saw Sutton break through that.
For sure.
Sutton broke through the mediocre quarterback play.
Yeah.
But Jerry Jeudy kind of just got lost in it all. I'm trying to think who else was there I thought about. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even think about D-Hop. Also, you got the D-Hop is going to be out for the first 6 games of the year?
Yeah, okay. I guess.
And then with Marquise Brown, I need to pull up the drop reel with him and Ball.
Makai, he talking about your man, bro. He started off.
I think Marquise Brown as a number 2 receiver is nice, although he's going to have to be forced to be a number 1 hit those first 6 games, so that might be hard. Yeah. But hey, he was able to do it in Baltimore for a little bit.
Yeah.
Short stint.
Who else we missing?
So you do not like number 1?
No.
Nah.
Jamar and Higg, you don't like that?
They would have been like number 3.
For me,
Okay, let me hear y'all's then. I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Let's see. I would have. So give me your list again, like just.
So 5-1. Now I'm gonna do 5-1 for the sake. Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson.
Okay.
Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
Okay.
I just had it in my head.
Oh, what'd you say? I remembered your list because it was kind of blasphemy. You had Devontae Adams and Henry Ruggs already? Or that was Devontae Adams?
Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
Whoa, this is the prison league, Javonte.
Hunter Renfrow, my bad.
So 5 was Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
4 is Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. 3 is Renfrow and Adams. 2 is Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
And 1 was Jamar.
And 1 is Jamar and Higgins. What did you like about that? Because you told me off camera you liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, he put you out.
I like majority of it. Yes.
Majority.
I just don't like number 1 spot. That's
I'm just telling you, I haven't seen a guy with that kind of ability from the receiver spot since Odell when he broke on in his rookie year.
So, okay, message. You don't feel like Terry does the same thing?
Who's his running mate?
No, I'm talking about as far as like you saying you haven't seen a guy do it since Odell in his rookie year.
Terry has, but
Stephon Diggs.
It took Stephon a couple years.
Justin Jefferson.
Because my I would have had my honorable mention like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. That would have been like my honorable mention.
To each his own.
Oh, go ahead and bring your list.
And I probably would have put Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, number 5. Number 4, I would have had. I guess I would put Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson.
Okay.
Number 3, let's see. I would have put D-Hop and Marquise Brown.
Okay.
2, well, actually, no. Yeah. 3, I would have put T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
Okay.
2, I would have put Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I think number 1, I would have put Marquise Brown and D-Hop.
So you don't have Devontae Adams and Renfrow in your top 5?
Where'd you have the Dolphins?
Huh?
Where'd you have the Dolphins?
I would have said number 2.
Okay.
Actually, no,
Okay.
that's tough. You know what? Nah. Yeah, I would have had it. Well, I would tell you. Here's what I would do. Because what did I say? Number 5 was
Devontae and AJ.
Devontae Smith, AJ. So Devontae and AJ would have been my honorable mention. 5 would have been
Renfro Adams.
no. Who did I have at number 4? I had
Cup and Robinson.
Cup and Robinson.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I would put Renfro and Adams at number 5. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then Renfro and Adams at 5, Cooper and Robinson at 4, Higgins and Chase at 3, Hill and Waddle 2, and 1.
D-Hop and Marquise
You're
Brown.
very high on DeAndre Hopkins.
I am. Hey, when he's
You're very high on
when he's
DeAndre.
healthy and he's playing, guy's probably honestly one of the best receivers. I think he's the best receiver in the league.
And I feel the same way about Michael Thomas.
I think y'all kind of cheated a little bit in y'all list because y'all put some triplets on that. Cincinnati has 3 great receivers. Tyler Boyd's a good receiver too. You can make it just a 2-head monster. So my list, honorable mention will be Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. Honorable mention. At 5, I'm going Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson because that really is a 2-headed.
You have a lot of faith in Adam Thielen.
Well, I have more faith in Justin Jefferson. That's why y'all going with Cincinnati. Cincinnati has 3 great receivers.
But you're relying on see, that's not really a receiving duo because Justin Jefferson is really carrying that damn list.
Solid though. He's not okay. They're all getting Cooper Kupp's.
Ask my fantasy team if he was solid last year.
Cooper Kupp's not.
That's my fantasy team.
Cooper Kupp's not going to carry Allen Robinson, buddy.
Huh?
Cooper Kupp ain't going to carry
No,
Allen
Allen Robinson can stand on his own.
We gotta see it. We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. The man's been doing it for years in Chicago.
He just touched how Allen Robinson. You gotta see why he has so low his list.
The man has been doing it in Chicago.
Well, I'm saying Adam Thielen can do it too. I think Adam Thielen can still be. I'm not saying he's old. He's older.
He's older.
He's older.
Yeah,
But you can still get. I think at 5, I'll put him there.
I feel like he's declining. That's why that one.
But Jefferson's rising.
One of the biggest problems I had with Minnesota's offseason, I was like, they probably should have added a receiver in the draft, like maybe in the second, third round.
They got the running game, bro.
To develop.
To replace Thielen.
To replace Thielen. Because Thielen's, as you mentioned, he's 32? Come on, he's declining.
Bro, and he going to be still solid. Justin Jefferson's increasing and inclining. He's inclining. All right, fine.
So, okay. Let me ask you this. Justin Jefferson, I understand. He's better than a lot of the receivers on this list. Can you honestly tell me that Adam Thielen is the better number 2 option than a lot of the other number 2s out there?
That's how you base it on. It's the number 2s. That's how you got to base it.
That's how y'all based it? You based off Jarvis? He said Jarvis Landry or Marquise Brown. I don't know if I'm picking that because he had put DeAndre Hopkins up there. He put Jarvis Landry as his 2. Jarvis Landry's not better than most of the receivers we talk about. Gabriel Davis is better than Jarvis Landry at this point in their careers.
In a new environment, a healthy Jarvis Landry.
That's why I put D-Hop in Marquise Brown because I said, I think Marquise Brown, the fact that he had to be a number 1 in Baltimore, even though he didn't produce like most number 1s would, like you would expect from a number 1 receiver, he's now being thrust into that number 2 role, and I think it's just going to be more natural for him. I think he's going to be a lot better as a number 2 option.
Let me finish my list. Let me change my list a little bit. I made some differences. At number 5, at honorable mention, I'm going Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. At 5,
no. Let me just stop you there.
I'm talking.
Hey, let him finish it out.
At 5,
hey, we heard Batman Begins a couple weeks ago. Let him finish it out.
At 5, I'm going Cooper. I'm going Coop and Allen Robinson.
Okay.
At 4, I'm going Tyreek Hill and your man Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
At 3, I'll go Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. At 2, I'm going to go Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. And at 1, I'm going to go Devontae Adams and Herbert.
Hold 2 Stephon.
You buy into the AFC
Gabriel
playoff
Davis?
game.
I mean, this was amazing. That playoff
You buy into that playoff game.
You base it off one game.
And I'm basing Jalen Waddle off of 1 year with 2.
He had a whole year. He was solid for a whole year.
Gabriel Davis can't be nice.
Broke a rookie record his whole year. What you talking
Gabriel
about?
Davis can be nice.
Gabriel Davis can be nice, but to put him at number 2?
Duos?
I mean, is he
It's a 2-head combo.
Come on, man. Come on.
Is he even the number 2 on the depth chart?
Hey, I'll disrespect that man.
Damn,
like
that's tough.
Disrespect that man like that.
That's tough.
Y'all like my list, bro?
I'm pretty sure he is.
I dig it.
I was going to put Devontae Parker and Kendrick Bourne on the list.
Stop.
Oh, man. Y'all really rocking with it? Okay, fine. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm just messing around. But I really did have Debo and Brandon Ayuk as my honorable mentions.
Okay, that's
But then we go at 5. I'll go Devontae Parker, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and Marquise Brown.
At 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 4, I'm gonna go Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. At 3, I'll go Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. 2, I'm gonna go with who'd you have at 1?
Chase and Higgins.
Oh no, I'm not going there.
Renfro Adams.
No, well, Adams Renfro gonna be number 1. You already know.
You guys said I was biased. I was realistic.
Devontae's the best receiver. And
They are
Hunter's the best
honorable
slot.
mention.
You put Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
way
I'm
different.
just saying
And
you
Michael
for
Thomas, we know the route tree. That shit is mostly slant.
with the
At 2?
quarterback who had noodle arm.
At 2,
Yeah.
give me who you have at 2?
You say D Hop and Brown?
I already said D-Hop and Brown.
Oh yeah.
I had them at 5.
Actually, I'm gonna change my list.
Oh, now I've already.
I'm just saying, I'm moving my boy. I'm moving my Dolphins to number 1.
Oh,
I'm
here
taking
we
that number
go.
1 spot.
Here we go now.
I'm pushing D Hop and damn.
You guys
DeAndre
call
Hopkins.
me.
Give me Jamar
you
Chase.
guys-
Give me
You
here.
guys call me the homer.
Put Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. Move Jamar Chase to 4 and T, and then put DeAndre Hopkins at 3, and move who have at 3? Oh, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. That's what I had.
Okay.
I don't remember. I'm all over the place. But
You
okay.
said like 6 different.
did. I
I
went
wrote
through
this
the list.
down, but yes.
But okay, my
Okay, so
main thing-
run through it one more time.
Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel is my
My
honorable
man
mention.
out.
Okay.
At 5, let me go with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Okay.
At 4, give me Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
Okay.
At 3, give me Tyreek Hill and Tua. Oh no, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
At 2, give me
Godwin Evans.
Godwin Evans, and at 1, give me Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro.
Okay. Solid.
He likes that,
No.
It's solid.
Uh,
It's solid.
bro. Debo is nice, bro,
No,
and
no,
Brandon Ayuk
no,
is nice.
no.
He got.
You're telling me you put those two when they play in an offense that is mostly run centric.
Who?
Debo and
Niners.
Brandon Ayuk.
Debo is the one running. He's the one running the ball.
But I'm saying like none of them even like Debo. Yeah, I think he had 1,000 yards, but Brandon Ayuk didn't finish with no damn 1,000.
He was in the
yards.
doghouse
I'm
for like
also
the first
going
half
based
of the season.
Like I'm like, bro, I'm following Alec. Alec was based off of what they could be this year. I'm going based off what they could be this year as well.
So you think Debo and Brandon Ayuk?
Well, y'all keep telling me Trey Lance is that guy. I think Brandon Ayuk can do something. Debo, I know what Debo's going to do. But
Okay,
Brandon Ayuk
all
can
right,
do
all right,
something.
all right.
I'm
That's
going
fair.
based on
That's
Alex telling me
fair.
Jarvis Landry going to have a rebirth.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, I get it. Okay.
I don't know. I'm speechless.
What's next on the list?
I'm speechless. Call me the homer. Then you both. Dolphins won.
No. You said Jarvis Landry. Let's be honest. A lot of people thought Jarvis Landry was washed.
That's
Devontae Adams the best-
That's because of the offense.
Devontae Adams is the best in the game.
Look at the offense in Cleveland.
Is Devontae Adams not the best in the game?
He is.
And where's Hunter Renfro rank?
On my list?
No, just as far as receivers in the league.
Top
Top 15, top 18?
16 to 20.
Okay.
Production, yes, top.
That's what I'm saying. We talking
Yeah.
about production.
Talent wise,
No, we talking about talent. If talent was the thing, we'd be talking about Ted Ginn and all kind of guys like that. We talking about production.
Hey, you don't slander Ted Ginn.
we talking about Ted Ginn didn't have no damn talent. Them hands.
He had speed. That's
He has
talent.
speed.
Speed.
Hey, but he didn't have them hands. Tyreek Hill
That's-
has.
that's
Tyreek Hill has speed and
That's
hands.
production. We're talking about the production is catching the ball, reliability. That's why that's David Njoku's problem.
No, talent is catching the ball as well. That's talent.
No, that's not. That's called. That's called being reliable.
It's talent. If you
Catching
can
the
catch
ball is
or
talent.
not, that's talent.
Catching a football's talent.
Bro, in the NFL, catching the ball should not be considered talent. That's not being reliable.
It is.
Fine.
It
Hey,
is.
y'all trying to double team me today. It's all good, bro.
Catching is okay. Okay.
No, what I'm saying is I look at catching. If you can catch the ball consistently, I can rely on you to catch the ball. I can say that's reliability. You can say it's talent as well. I'm
It's
not saying you
both,
can't.
but yes, it's
it's
talent.
both, yeah. But it's a talent too.
I look at talent as like getting off press, speed, stuff like that.
Okay.
When people say, "Oh, this guy has better hands," they like people compare receivers. They're like, "Oh, he has better hands than this receiver." That's talent.
It
You have
is.
better hands.
It is.
Run
Anyways,
run the clip.
earlier this week, Rich Eisen listed his top 5 sleeper teams heading into this season. I'll read them off 1 through 5. Let's just see, how accurate this is, and if you can make a case for any of these teams to make the playoffs.
Okay.
You gonna go 5 through 1 or 1 through 5?
5-1.
Yeah, 5-1.
Number 5, he has the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
No,
Nope.
not sold.
Kenny Pickett? No.
Well, Mitch.
Mitch? Nope. Not sold on him either.
I think that's probably could be a playoff team.
Okay, I agree with Javante.
I like the talent. Right?
I think-
I listened to Mike Tomlin on that. I am on the pivot. He was speaking that truth.
I
and
think
like that.
get Mitch, given a fresh new environment,
And Mike Tomlin, bro. Mike Tomlin don't miss the playoffs, bro. Be honest, Mike Tomlin.
I never said no.
Or
Mike
go-
Tomlin-
He
he's not losing records.
He missed the
Yeah.
He's gonna win. He has more talent this year than he's done last year.
Hey, Pittsburgh could be 9-8. Sure.
Say what you want about Kenny Pickett and Mr. Trubisky, but they're younger than Big Ben. Big Ben was like Drew Brees kind of was done. He was
Let me
washed.
ask you this: when you say sleeper teams, do you mean sleeper teams that could get into the play, or sleeper teams that are like sleeper contenders? Is what you're saying?
sleeper teams, because all these teams listed could probably make the playoffs. So, playoffs.
I think Pittsburgh.
I still don't see it.
Najee Harris is a beast. I like the receiving core.
I don't see it. So you're telling me Pittsburgh is going to be better than Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and
Cincinnati,
Baltimore.
we gotta see Cincinnati. Cincinnati could have been a one hit and then go back down to earth. We don't not saying they're a one hit wonder, but they could go back to earth this year. We gotta see what happens with them.
Okay.
Health. They also had a lot of health last year.
Baltimore, a healthy Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah, I think they win the division probably. And then I could put Pittsburgh or Cincinnati.
And then if Cleveland doesn't
They got Deshaun Watson
if they,
for a
okay,
year.
if they don't have Deshaun
Or
Watson, but
probably
if
won't
they
have
do,
Deshaun Watson.
if
Yeah.
they do,
Then Cleveland's winning the division.
so you're telling me Pittsburgh is going to be that third team that gets in.
No, I'm saying this because I don't think Deshaun Watson's playing this season. If Deshaun Watson was playing this season, I'd be like, they're not making the playoffs.
Oh,
I
so
would
now
agree.
you don't think Deshaun?
Well, how they making it sound? He ain't gonna play. He probably gonna miss at least a year.
He's
So
not going to play this year.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing this year. So if John Watson's not there, then yeah, I think Pittsburgh is the better team.
Hey, it looks like Dolphins made a smart move then.
Come on,
So
man.
did we.
Yeah.
If he misses a year, y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, he misses a year, he come back.
Okay.
If two is bad this year, you're gonna be doing the same thing next year. Look in the draft. What you talking about?
Yeah. But
Going for another young guy.
if he's good,
Another
this year,
Alabama
then
boy.
If he's good this year, then I'll be like, well,
Yeah, that's a big
Cleveland,
hit.
y'all
Where
missed
Makai want to need him, bro? Makai will be.
Yeah. What would Makai say? All I got to say is at least Tua has a starting job. What does Baker have right now?
Yikes. That's not
Go
nice.
to
That's not nice. That's not nice. Number 4, he has the Saints listed here.
Oh,
Okay, I could
We know
believe
what you
that.
finna
That's
say.
believable.
That's a sleeper team.
Yeah, that's
they are.
that's
I think they can make the playoffs.
That's a sleeper team. Number 3, he has the Raiders.
The sleeper?
It's a sleeper team.
There's no way it's a sleeper team, bro. They should be favored to win the AFC West.
No.
Yes, based off
No.
based off of what Kansas City lost. Okay, you keep talking about Tyreek Hill so nice. Kansas City just lost that guy.
They did.
replaced him with Juju, and I like Marquez Valdez and all that. But you replace that kind of talent with Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay.
And you tell me they're the same team. They should be the favorite still?
Yes.
Really? So Tyreek Hill ain't that guy then?
No.
So what did they replace him with? They replaced him with a bunch of guys.
I think
bunch
to
of-
me, it's
a whole bunch
the
of dimes.
quarterback.
It's more of
It's the
I
quarterback
have more
and
faith in
coach.
Pat Mahomes and Derek Carr, and I also have more faith in Andy Reid than I do Josh McDaniels.
You guys were talking about Pat Mahomes turned the ball over all last year.
Yeah, he's gonna fix that. He's gonna have to fix
with
that,
less
but yeah.
weapons, with no Tyreek Hill. You think they'll be better without Tyreek Hill?
No, I just think he's gonna open his eyes more and see the field rather than chucking it every.
I'm looking at it like
Yeah.
you lost $1 and you got 4 quarters, which is cool. They did what they had to do. But what I'm saying, you can't tell me that's still the favorite in the AFC West.
'Cause now-
when you lose a talent like Tyreek Hill, especially when you talk so
You're
highly
right.
about Tyreek
You're
Hill.
right. Tyreek Hill. They did lose a talent, but at the same time, it's more of they got quantity over quality now. Like they have more.
But you have
depth.
guys okay, Marquez, I like him, but Juju's I don't know what that's gonna look like. We don't know what he's gonna be like because he's inconsistent sometimes.
Okay.
But I'm saying
That's still a solid receiving core. I'll take it over a lot of.
But I think
teams
the
in
Raiders should
league
be
as
fair to
far
win the
as-
division just because you have a lot of teams in there. Like the Chargers have we have still question marks about the coach and stuff like that. I know Raiders got a new coach too. I get that. But I look at Denver. Denver has a new coach as well. Like all those teams have new coaches. The only team has Andy Reid. I give you that. But they lost a lot of talent on the offensive end. I think the best receiver is Devontae Adams. You have the best tight end on Kansas City, but I think the Raiders have a better overall offense, and they made a lot of improvements to the defense and the secondary. They should be favored.
Still no.
We'll see. It's an early.
That's crazy to put
It's
that
an
as a
early
sleeper.
off season.
They made the playoffs last year. That's a crazy thing. They made the playoffs.
You're wait till I get to number 1 then. Number 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, I can believe that.
No,
Yeah.
I'll buy into the Eagles as a
The
playoff
NFC
team.
The NFC so up in the
They,
air.
they had a
always.
great offseason. Plus the NFC East, they've never had a back-to-back division winner.
And you could argue Dallas maybe got worse
Yeah.
in the off season.
Yeah.
But
Washington might be up there too. Watch Washington compete for that.
Yeah.
Compete for the division.
number 1, and I get why
It's the-
when I saw
it's
this
Cincinnati,
team,
ain't it?
I kind of thought like, what? That's what they did? No,
It's
but
Cincinnati.
I think about it more and more, and I could see why it makes sense. The Bengals.
Yeah.
And I say this because all the hoopla about the Raiders and the Dolphins and the Broncos and all these teams in the AFC getting stronger and stronger, then people got to realize the Bengals, they had a very good offseason. They fixed the one problem they had, which is offensive line. They got La'el Collins. They got Alex Kappa from Tampa.
Lost tight end though.
No, Uzama.
But they got Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, they got Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Bengals, they got sneaky better, but it's not as flashy, So I understand why you could put them on the list.
I think also people look at like.
And was it a fluke? Like you said, is it a fluke year for Cincinnati?
Well, they just had a lot of luck last year. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody needs luck to win. I get that, but I'm saying like they had Baltimore really was depleted. Lamar Jackson, everybody was just beat up on that team. Then you had Pittsburgh with Big Ben; they were just not that good. And then Cleveland, we thought Cleveland was going to be better than what they were. Baker Mayfield getting hurt, and they just being all over the place with drama and issues. So they had a lot go for them in their division. You know what I mean? Overall, so I think now that they have a target on their back, I'm curious to see how they come out and look this year. They can still be great. I'm not saying they can't be. It is going to be different because.
Yeah, but I can see why they're on this list.
Yeah, I can see why. I don't think they should be number one though.
Yeah, because there are some questions, but at the same time, they did address what they needed to in the offseason.
Yeah, no, they did make some good moves.
So I mean,
they're all young. Joe Burrow's only gonna get better, so I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. So before we get into
the Cowboys didn't get on the list. Hey, it's Cowboys, bro. It sells.
They always make the list.
knowing you, you probably would have put Jacksonville on this damn list.
Low key, Jacksonville might make the playoffs.
Nah,
they'll fight with
They're a year or two away.
Nope.
They'll fight with Indianapolis for the division.
They're a year or two away.
Guys, you guys see me on the camera? I'm calling it now.
I don't even. Jacksonville's not better than Tennessee.
Yes, they are.
No, they
Tennessee
aren't.
Tennessee. You have to rely on Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry has owned the Jaguars since 2018.
I like Doug Peterson though.
I like Doug Peterson too, but he's going to need another.
That team's a year or two away.
We thought Cincinnati needed a year or two away or more, and Cincinnati made a complete run.
The problem with that is,
and Giants didn't think they had. Remember, no line. Who thought they were making the Super Bowl?
Does Jacksonville have a receiving core like Cincinnati?
I like what they did. They have like you said, they have a bunch of weapons. They don't have no star, but they have a bunch of different guys. You got Marvin Jones.
You can buy that, but when I say the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes, it's
because
not
the division ain't as strong. The division, the AFC West is literally loaded from top to bottom.
But it's Pat Mahomes.
The AFC South is not as good.
But it's Pat Mahomes.
But Pat Mahomes is still, that's my guy. Test takes all the day. I'm just saying, though, you guys made everybody talk about him last year, turn the ball over, and you think it's going to be easier without Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying, I said we have to see what because the offense, Tyreek Hill's the guy. He's so amazing. So I'm just saying, if he's that good, then you can't tell me that team should be the favorite. I'm not saying it can't be good. Shouldn't be the favorite without him. That's all I'm saying.
I get that, but quarterback's the most important position on the field. And when you have one of, if not the best quarterbacks in the NFL,
let's ask this then.
You can overlook some of the things.
If Green Bay was in a better division, a better division overall, would you be picking them to be the favorite without Devontae Adams?
I trust Aaron Rodgers, so I mean,
you would not pick
at the very least, you couldn't say 100% confidently.
I'm not going to count out
because the division's horrible though. That's a bad division.
No, but if the Packers were in the NFC West, right?
Yeah,
right. If they were in the West, you could say, "Oh, the Rams for sure," but in the back of your mind, it's like, with Aaron Rodgers, you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like that's what it is. Like that's how I view it. Like I couldn't 100% confidently tell you, "Oh, it's the Raiders" or "It's the because to me, all four of those teams have a shot to win the division.
Not to compare to this man. This man said no.
And then at that point, it's just a matter of fighting for wild card spots. But
I respect it. Okay.
Yeah. But those were his teams. Steelers, Saints, Raiders, Eagles, Bengals.
I think all those teams could make the postseason. So
I think all of them could. Pittsburgh could have like a Eagles type run last year where they 9-8 gets you in.
I trust Mike Tomlin. I think Najee Harris is going to be great this year. I'm picking up in fantasy. I'm already calling it now. I think he's going to be amazing this year.
And I think Mitch. I'm interested to see what. I think Buffalo.
I think he can play. I don't like him.
Buffalo was a good experience for Trubisky. I think.
He don't agree. I think, bro, you give a man a second opportunity, I think he'll be better.
And I think another thing about Buffalo, and I know Josh Allen does it a lot, but you got to see Mitch, and I know it was garbage time and preseason, but Mitch used his legs a lot more, and that's part of his game.
And he's only, 25, 26?
So I'll take the flyer on Trubisky.
He's 30 years old already. He's only 26.
I'll take the flyer on Trubisky, especially if you think Kenny Pickett's not ready. Because the last thing you want to do with a roster like the Steelers is try and rush your rookie quarterback.
No, I go Mitch.
So I'm cool with playing Mitch. I think Mitch.
He got a bigger body. He can take hits and stuff like that, especially.
And like Javonte mentioned, you got to be better than Big Ben last year.
Yeah, Big Ben.
And that defense can carry you to the playoffs.
And they made some improvements on defense.
Yeah,
and Miles Jack and stuff. I like the move they made. They got a good little team.
Yeah, they're
gonna be sleepers, but they'll be all right.
They still could use some better corners, but
I mean, that's true. I'm not disagreeing with that, but
They took a hit at the secondary, yeah.
Receiving core.
it's solid.
I mean, I like George Pickens. I think that's a great second round pick. I think
If he
Jake Claypool will be dumb
you
sometimes.
got Chase Claypool over here.
He's dumb sometimes. He's a good player.
You forget Deontay Johnson had a really good year this year.
He does. He struggles with drops, but yeah, he's solid.
It's like he's like almost fighting it because he
Look,
knows.
He loves Najee
We're
Harris,
throwing a case at him.
I like Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh could be that team that somehow gets 9 wins, or maybe they win 10 games
And they get in somehow, yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying they win 10 games and they miss the playoffs. They come short of missing playoffs.
I mean, that's possible too.
But
I
I just find it hard, considering that you have Baltimore, who's bringing they're healthy this year. Cincinnati got better. So I just find it hard. Like, I can't see myself saying Pittsburgh is better than those two teams. And especially Cleveland if they have Deshaun Watson. But if Cleveland doesn't have Deshaun, then I'm thinking
Why
Pittsburgh.
you act like they ain't gonna have? You know they ain't gonna have him, bro.
They're not going to have him.
Then yeah, Pittsburgh is third in that division. And I think Cleveland finishes bottom
That's
with
fair.
Jacoby.
That's fair. Before we get into this Rolling Stones list, very quickly, gentlemen, what happened in the NBA? It's been a wild 24 hours officially of NBA free
It's gonna
agency.
continue to be wild, bro. Until we get the KD, until KD gets traded somewhere, it's gonna be wild because everybody has to hold their horses and see what's gonna happen.
And that's the first domino.
That's the one thing about the NBA, man. Like the landscape has changed so fast. Like if KD goes out west,
It was like yesterday, him and Kyrie and Jordan were going to Brooklyn.
it was. And the crazy thing is, Dr. DiVincenzo got signed by the Golden State Warriors. The rich get richer.
Yep.
And they're tooling up. I think they have a nice roster. I think, honestly, man, it's been interesting. Rudy Gobert getting traded to Minnesota is interesting. I like him and Cat down there.
I thought Philly made some underrated moves, picking up PJ Tucker and
The entire Rockets roster.
yeah, pretty much.
The entire 2019 Rockets.
Yeah,
But I like their pieces, too. I agree. I think they
they're
made some
3
great
and D
moves.
players.
They got some players that can actually come in the bench and actually play. They got a little bit younger, too, I think, so that's good also. I like that. I like the Lakers' moves. I'm glad they didn't go I'm glad they didn't go for the names. I'm glad they went with guys that actually are young, can help contribute.
And they're still trying to prove themselves.
I think they still need more wing depth, but overall, I like what they did with getting some more.
Yeah,
They were too slow last year.
They're finna get Kyrie. Just hold on.
If he gets bought out, they'll probably get Kyrie if he gets bought out. They'll get Kyrie Irving.
But I like getting JP Toscano Anderson from Golden State. I think he's a guy who fell out of that Warriors lineup when playoff time came. So I think he's wanting to prove himself on that Lakers roster. I think he'll actually get a lot more minutes there, coming off the bench as a good defensive player. Lonnie Walker, kind of the same thing, that they're taking that chance that they did with Malik Monk last year as a proven scorer off the bench.
We need to call them LA Clutch. Most everybody on the team Clutch from Clutch Agents. Clutch CEO.
I wonder why.
It's a power move.
Obviously, with Malik Monk, it worked out for him signing a deal with Sacramento.
Yeah.
Anybody who plays LeBron, bro, if you play LeBron, you get paid. J.R. Smith got paid. Everybody gets paid when they play LeBron.
And look, I wasn't here last week. I don't know if Makai said that on air or not about the Kings.
He did.
He did.
He's very proud about the Kings making a playoff.
I like the moves they made, though. I like the moves.
Yeah, I do like the moves, too. I think
they're still playing to me.
He's very big on De'Aaron Fox.
They added a lot of shooting, so I credit them for that. I love seeing De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk back together. I loved watching them back when they played at Kentucky. He's
come off the bench for sure, though.
Yeah, for sure.
He can't defend.
And then the New York Knicks are going to New York Nick.
Okay,
I don't hate the move.
Just they pay a lot.
They pay a lot.
They had to though because Dallas LeBron back.
Yeah,
but
as Brunson, he's making what 24 a year,
probably a little over
28.
150.
Paying him that much. Hey,
28 a year.
Look, Jalen Brunson better be an all-star next year.
I think
he's a top 15 guard,
point guard.
Huh?
He might be a top 20 point guard.
Top 20
at that
guard.
position, exactly, point guard.
Yeah, at point guard, not overall, but he's a top 20, 15 point guard.
I thought you said guard in general.
No, he's strictly point guard.
I think overall, New York just really need a point. I've been looking for a point guard for the last couple of years. Frank Ntilikina didn't work out. They had D Rose. D Rose is cool, but they need a point guard who they can rely on that's young and stuff like that. So I think this is going to help them out. I'm curious to see how they play. I'm curious to see. I know RJ Barrett was really good last year towards the end of the season because he was like on the ball more. So, but Jalen Brunson can't spot up. But I'm curious to see how. I know he wants a bigger role with this team. So
yeah.
It's interesting to see with the Knicks. The Knicks are going to be interesting, man. They're just. I don't know. Knicks. Do you know the Knicks? Look, I'm a Celtic fan, and I'm not really with the Knicks. But I will say the Knicks just get made fun of regardless. The Knicks go do anything, they get made fun of. So there's the Knicks.
Yeah,
We just make fun of them.
I do think it kind of depends what you see with Jalen Brunson this year. Is he that number one option for the Knicks, or
Is he a 6-man off the bench?
Well, no, he's going to start. He's going to start at point.
But I'm saying he's going to start, but I mean,
He's saying he's a 6-man quality player.
Is he 6-man quality?
I think he's a solid. I think he'll be a solid. So I think there's a middle ground. I think he'll be a solid. So I think RJ Barrett definitely is the one. RJ Barrett should be the best player on the team.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I expect that.
Yeah.
I expect RJ Barrett to take that next.
I'm curious
step.
with Julius Randle how that's going to work. Because Julius Randle's very ball dominant too. I'm surprised they didn't try to move him.
Yeah.
And he's been very adamant about his displeasure.
Well, also the
with
Knicks, they hate him too. So
yeah,
it's
they don't like him.
That's mutual hate.
But I think it's great that they brought Mitchell Robinson back. I think that was a great move. Adding Hardenstein off the bench because he's a good shooter.
I like that pickup.
So.
And he gives them something different than Mitchell Robinson does. They brought back Mitchell Robinson, he gives them something different. Another team I thought about, which we didn't talk about, the Clippers. I mean, they made a lot of dents. Getting Amir Coffey back, bringing in John Wall. I think Reggie Jackson's going to start though.
No, there's no way John Wall signed with Clippers knowing he'd come off the bench.
I think.
And you got to think, getting Kawhi back is almost like a bonus free agent in the sense of you're going to get your all-star player back.
And Paul George.
Yeah.
Paul George barely played. They're going to be good. They're going to be tough.
Yeah.
Bulls brought back Levine.
And we signed Andre Drummond.
I mean, 12 and 10 guys all you need.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems with this last year. We gave up a lot of second chance points, a lot of second chance opportunities. So I think he will help us in that regard.
Yeah.
Give us more opportunities, decrease opponents' chances of getting second chance opportunities. And he's a guy that's been consistent every year as far as getting 13 and 30. Getting
it works.
It's
double. So
look, I'm not gonna I was making fun of him for that deal.
But he will get picked on defense.
He also won Gallinari.
But also he was 2 years for 6.6.
Yeah,
thing.
It's an absolute steal.
No, he's solid as a backup. What I'm saying is the problem with Andre Drummond though.
He'll get exposed.
He'll get exposed on he can't move with the pick and roll. Brooklyn Nets literally had to sit him against Boston in Game 4 and couldn't play him because he got picked on in pick and roll, especially in the playoffs. I'm saying in limited role, when he was in Philly, limited role, it's cool. But I think the Bulls are going to rely on him a lot more because Vooch ain't a good defender. So I think they will rely on him more for the rebounding and stuff like that. But I like to pick up still, get another body in there. You can always move him at trade down. You can always move him. Isaac Levine coming back. I think they paid a lot for him, but you had to.
If you wanted to keep him, you had to.
Exactly. Yeah. Pelicans getting Zion back and re-signing him for his extension. All the extensions. John Morant got his extension. Everybody got their extension.
How about Bradley Beal? Just wanting the bad, man. He doesn't care about the championship.
You don't care about winning in Washington.
I think he'll ask out next year.
We see that every year about Bradley Beal.
Yeah, we really
do.
He got the 250 now. I think he's ready to go. Because think about it, he wanted that 5-year. He wanted that 5-year extension. Now he got the 5-year extension. I can see him coming out next year and saying it's time to move on.
So let's a couple questions before we log off or before we switch it up here. If you're the Lakers, is your big three next year likely Braun, AD, and Russ again?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way getting out of that Russ contract.
I think it's more likely of a chance of Braun, AD, and Russ than it is Braun, AD, and Kyrie.
I think you're stuck with that Russ unless you want to give up those 2 picks that they have, and I don't think they want to move those picks, which is why they're stuck with. I think they could have made a deal. Like I heard there was deals like Charlotte was willing to unload Terry Rozier or Gordon Hayward or both for that Russell Westbrook and those picks, but I don't think they want to move. Like same thing with John Wall. John was talking about the Lakers would like John Wall. I said they could have traded for John Wall last year. They didn't want those to give up that pick though.
Yep.
So I think it will be Westbrook and AD and Braun. Darvin Ham has a weird kind of off. He's gonna want like a 5-out scheme. So it's going to be interesting to see. If they can get Kyrie Irving, that'd be great in the buyout, or if they do buy him out. But overall, I think it's going to be the team. But they got to put more shooting around. You just got to put more shooting around Westbrook, more shooting around Braun.
I think also more...
and more younger guys that can run.
I would say a little bit more of an enforcer in the paint as far as big man. I think
they got
AD, but you know how AD is. AD likes to stay out, play power forward.
They got Damian Jones back. They brought Damian Jones. Was really nice when he was there.
And you mentioned that I think they're targeting Thomas Bryant, right?
Them in Boston, both.
Yeah, them in Boston.
I like Damian Jones because I like him as a pickup because when Damian Jones was there for that 10-day, he's a 6'11" guy, very lengthy, athletic, can block shots. You can play him next to AD if you want. In limited minutes, and he'll be effective because he also rim run. So I think he'll be a good pickup for them also.
So where does Kyrie go then? Because obviously the news of KD kind of, I would imagine, changes Kyrie's mindset, or he knew going into the opt-in that
it was possible.
It was possible Kevin Durant was not going to come back still.
Yeah.
So where do you think Kyrie's going to go?
He won't be on the Nets opening day. He'll be either he's going to be traded somewhere, but I don't think he has enough trades. Not enough people that want to trade for him.
They're going to have to buy him out.
So they might end up buying him out or taking that Laker deal and saying, we'll take rest of those 2 picks and maybe THT and try to figure something out. I see him getting bought out more than likely.
Yeah.
Because the market's not that great for him right now after everything.
I agree.
Which, he has the right to do what he want to do, but, that's the cause and effect. You know what I mean? So.
Because, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the Kyrie thing. When you put out that list of teams that he wanted to go to, the only team that came back interested was the Lakers. And at that point, the Lakers would have all the leverage in the world. So they can tell you, I'm going to give you Russ and Kyrie and we'll swap. I'm keeping my picks. Either you keep Kyrie and, it's an empty spot, or we swap and you have Russ play for you.
And Brian Windhorst made a good point. He's talking about they could get, because they want supposedly AD and Kyrie to still play together. He brought the Lakers trading AD and Westbrook for Kyrie and KD and those 2 picks.
Did you see the video of Windhorst when he said that? That man said,
can you imagine? I'm not gonna lie. Just to play Fantasyland right quick. Can you imagine if you had KD, Kyrie, and LeBron on one team?
No.
And can you imagine how that looks? Luckily that's out west, so we ain't got to worry about to the finals. But can you imagine the Golden State Warriors? I think that if they got KD and Kyrie, I'd be the favorite in the West. I'd be the favorite in the NBA, but definitely in the West
for sure.
I don't care what you got with Golden State. You got Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers. You got Kyrie, one of the greatest scorers. 2 of the greatest ISO scorers, and you have Braun. And 2 guys that can spot up and shoot.
And with Kyrie and KD, LeBron could take time off.
Yeah. And you can play them together. You can have Braun play on ball most of the game, have Kyrie spot when he wants to. KD's so easy to play. He can play with anybody, so I like that move. They never did that, but no, I don't think that's going to happen.
I think Kyrie's going to play this year in Brooklyn.
He's not.
You think he's going to play in Brooklyn?
How? They're trading everybody. How are they going to bring him back?
I just don't think that, because the fact that LA is the only interested team, I don't think they'll do a deal with LA, though. I don't think
they'll have to cave in at
you have
some
no
point.
choice. You can't keep that in your locker room, bro. You can't keep that. He doesn't want to be there.
Or he stays the first half of the season in Brooklyn.
And he plays up, and then
deadline.
the trade
That's
deadline.
Think about that. He making $36 million for this year off. Think about who's going to want Kyrie Irving without a commitment. He's a free agent after this season, so who's going to commit to Kyrie Irving and give up assets to get him and not have him long term?
The Lakers.
It kind of depends. Like I said, I think it will be most likely a trade deadline. When there's a team that's short of let's say they feel we actually can win this year, and they just throw.
Can you imagine?
Also, you're banking on Kyrie playing for the Nets. You're banking on Kyrie willing to come play for the Nets.
And think about he might take time. You don't know what's going to happen with Kyrie. Think about he's offended because he didn't get the contract. You're bringing this into the locker room,
and then you trade away
Kevin Durant either. And what do you expect? You're gonna have chaos. You're gonna have more drama than ever. It's gonna be great for us. I'm gonna love it on ESPN. But you're gonna have so much drama on that team. Like
you're banking on Kyrie to be a good. And maybe if you're Brooklyn, you tell Kyrie, hey, look, I know you're not happy with the situation. Play the first half of the season.
Can you imagine?
Build your numbers up. Show people that you could play. And, you could be a good boy. And we'll trade you wherever.
But he's already made a statement that he wants to go to Lakers at the end of the year. He's gonna go to Lakers.
You know what? I'll have this one. I'll predict Kyrie gets traded. I'll go with Miami.
Okay.
For what? You can't trade Bam, or you could trade Bam, but what are you gonna trade? Miami still wants to contend.
I wouldn't trade Bam. I'll trade Kyle Lowry.
Lowry and
why
Hero.
Why do I want that from Brooklyn?
Tyler Hero.
Why do I want this stuff?
And Pitts.
What? You don't have picks to give, DeAndre. And those picks aren't going to be good because that team's going to be so good. There's going to be top 25, 28 picks. They're going to be good picks.
But if you're Brooklyn, that might be just the best you get.
I'd rather take the Lakers 27, 20, 28 picks and AD and Westbrook. At least I can still have some kind of team. I'm not going to – because they can't afford to completely tank because they don't have their own picks.
Yeah.
So they can't go completely. They have to go at least a decent team. If you go AD and Westbrook, you're at least a play-in team.
Yeah.
But –
and where does
maybe Dallas throws in the chips for Kyrie?
Maybe
Dallas won't do it. I don't think.
Let me tell you this: if Kyrie's on the team on opening night when they have media day, or before opening night when they have media day training camp, can you imagine the questions and how he's going to answer? Kyrie's already a little different when he comes to answering stuff. No KD, the whole situation. He's probably going. You don't know what you're going to get from Kyrie Irving.
He will be unfiltered.
And I think Joe Simon and the Nets want him out. Think about how do you giving rid of KD, but you're going to keep Kyrie still for the year? If that's because you better keep KD. KD's on a 4-year contract. I'd just keep KD for the year and say we'll play it out, see how it happens.
But KD's the only one that's publicly asked for a trade.
Kyrie put out a list. If y'all don't get
I think the difference is you knew at the end of the year the relationship between Brooklyn and Kyrie was kind of on the.
I thought he was getting an extension though. I thought it would have some incentives, but I thought he was gonna get the extension.
You knew like after the season and after you kind of the Nets kind of became quiet about Kyrie about an extension and all that. You knew it was on the fringe. With Kevin Durant, you kind of sat there and said, okay, depending how this Kyrie thing goes, we'll see what happens with
It was
Kevin
only a matter of
Durant.
time, bro. They've been a drama fest for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it has been
KD just
fun.
wants to hoop. But one more thing, and we can get off of it. It's both parties' fault. The front office messed up, and Kyrie and Kevin Durant messed up. It's both parties' fault. I would not just say it's Kyrie Irving's fault. Kyrie gets some blame. He probably get the most blame for the player side, but the front office, Sean Mark, Joe side, they get some blame too. So I want to give them. Everybody got to get some blame. You know what I mean?
So speaking of the Nets, where does Kevin Durant go, you think? The reports came out today that he wants to go to Phoenix.
A lot of people think New Orleans could go get him and trade Brandon Ingram.
See, that's what I was thinking.
A lot of people say you put a package like you got to trade some
because
young
you think
guys.
about the Pels
Jones.
the Pels have the assets.
Yeah, they probably you have to probably.
That's a
trade
loaded
Brandon Ingram.
team, and if you want to throw in draft picks, we got draft picks.
The question is,
I'm
does
a
he
little
want to play there?
well
Would he
that
be happy? I mean, he
I don't know
would have
Kevin
to
Durant.
play there, but would he be happy playing there?
that, and also, I mean, look, if I'm Willie Green, man, and I'm thinking about this culture I just built after the whole Anthony Davis saga, where you saw how upset one superstar got, and then you're on the verge of potentially upsetting and kind of breaking things off with Zion. You just got this team and this culture and this locker room put together. Do I want to blow it up to bring Kevin Durant in? Is the question. Because I love Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is my guy. He is, and like when the whole trade happened, right? Brandon Ingram was the one guy who came in and embraced the city of New Orleans as a basketball town. He embraced the Pelicans. Would Kevin Durant do that if he came to New Orleans? I don't know.
I mean, he would hoop definitely
Because Bi put the Pelicans back on the map.
But let me ask you this though: Bi put him on the map, but Kevin Durant is a contender. Like you're a Pelicans fan.
Yeah.
If you get Kevin Durant on that team,
I would
with
love
those
Kevin.
guys, if you get CJ McCollum, Kevin Durant, and Zion's healthy, you still have Valanciunas and some of those young guys. You got to probably move some of those picks, but some of those young guys still, young talent. That team's probably in the top 3 in the West, and possibly a favorite to win it. I would take them over Memphis. You put Kevin Durant on there. I put them over Memphis. I put them over a lot of teams.
Yeah.
If you have Kevin Durant, but because Brandon Ingram's pretty much
a poor man's Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
It's a poor man's Kevin Durant.
And I like Brandon Ingram. I like what you say about the culture and stuff like that. But I mean, KD's not a guy that's going to come in there and disrupt. I get though, like what you're saying, like you want him to be actually.
And I mean, and to Kevin Durant's fault or not, you saw what happened in Oklahoma. Ultimately, KD wanted out. You saw what happened in Golden State. Ultimately, KD wanted out.
And New Orleans is different because
Brooklyn. And we thought Brooklyn was going to work with Kyrie and Harden.
I don't blame him for Brooklyn, bro.
And KD wanted out.
And also, KD wanted out of Golden State just because the injuries that happened with Klay Thompson and everything. Like, he was kind of uncertain about.
This is the first time he always been a free agent though. It wasn't like he was asking for trades. This is the first time he asked for a trade.
True.
But OKC didn't want to play with Westbrook. Golden State, he had to find people knocked him. He had to find his own legacy. New Orleans, he gets a chance to win there. They have never won.
I just don't know if Kevin Durant will come to New Orleans willingly. But
I mean, he has to. He has a 4-year
But
deal.
I would imagine.
Look, I think there are 2 teams.
But I think Phoenix is the one. If I answer the question.
Phoenix.
I think Kevin Durant will go to either these 2 teams. I think Phoenix is number 1 option, and then my number 2 is Golden State.
You think you go back?
I think he would go back.
It makes no sense.
How does it not make
Because
any
he
sense?
literally left because the notion was that think about the notion, bro. The notion was that Kevin Durant needed them to win. If he goes back
you're right,
there,
and he does need them apparently
No,
because
he
he hasn't
doesn't.
won shit. Has he won shit? Hey, we all expected Brooklyn to be cold and shit with KD and Kyrie.
DeAndre,
He didn't do it.
Okay, hold on. You can't blame him for that though. Kyrie gets the ankle injury last year. He hits that shot. It's just a 2. James Harden wants out all of a sudden. Like think about it, that team was favored to go in this season winning. They were favored. The team just blew up in front of them. Everybody, Kyrie Irving did. James Harden wanted out. It all just imploded. You can't blame him for that.
But my thing is, you over here talking about like it ruins his legacy going to Golden State, and that's what he's trying to make up. What do you think Phoenix would do? Phoenix is a team that a year ago was in the NBA
because
Finals.
Phoenix has never won a title, and Phoenix they didn't win it. And this you saw what happened this year. They didn't get to the conference finals this year. They need a guy like that. The Golden State Warriors just won a championship. In 6 days, they just beat my Celtics in 6 games. They don't need Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant goes back there,
that's what I'm saying. Golden State doesn't need him, but at the same time, Golden State knows, hey, we're trying to repeat this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody is coming for our Nets. So why not?
It makes sense for the Warriors. They'll win it, but it would be drawn because Kevin Durant doesn't. It would be a notion that he needs Steph Curry to win ever. That's the part of the reason why he left. He could have stayed. They could have kept winning. He left because he said, "Hey, I need to build on my own. I need my own title on my own. I need to be the franchise player."
And to do that, Curry's won his first title with that. Well, not his first, but he won a title post Kevin Durant era.
Right. But you're over here talking about Kevin Durant saying like, I need to win on my own. I need to build my own. What do you think he's gonna do in Phoenix? You got D-Book. You got Chris
no.
Paul.
The difference is this: they haven't. Steph Curry won before Kevin Durant got there. He already had a title. D-Book hasn't won anything yet. So if Kevin Durant comes there, first off, he's the best player on that team, hands down. But also, he hasn't won. Chris Paul hasn't won. Steph Curry already had won a title before Kevin Durant even got there.
Yeah.
They are the Draymond Green. They were even Draymond Green made a comment. They already did it. They won already. So it ain't the same. Phoenix has never won a championship. They've been there once. They didn't win it. That's different than you going there and winning the thing.
I agree. I said, look, I think Phoenix is the number one choice for KD.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is
he didn't put that on the list, did he? He put Miami on though.
Yeah, I would not rule out a return to Golden State.
It don't make sense for the Warriors. They have all that youth now. They just won with all that youth. You have Andrew Wiggins who's 24 years old. Kevin Durant's 34 years old. You're basically going to have to let's be honest. I know we have to move on. To get Kevin Durant, you got to gut that team. Get rid of Moses Moody, James Wiseman. I want Jordan Poole. I don't think you can trade Wiggins. I want Wiggins if you can trade him. I don't think you can trade Wiggins. I want Wiggins. I want Kuminga. I want all your young talent. So basically, you're going to gut that team.
Okay, but let me ask you. So, let's say Clippers and all these other teams versus Golden State this year. Like, that's toss-up, right? Like, Golden State's not favored.
I think Golden State will be favored.
With Clippers and
they're just they're probably the favorite. They're title chasers. They won title, yeah.
But still, like.
And who they didn't lose anybody.
But compare their roster with like, okay, Moses Moody, Andrew Wiggins, all of them. But compare that with having Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
Okay, think about this though.
I think that's a better chance.
You're not thinking about this though. It's about dynasties. You're talking about winning next year, right? With this team that they have, with all this youth they have, right? And Steph Curry and them guys are going to age well because they're shooters. You have Jonathan Kuminga, who's going to be a stud probably in a couple of years. You can have a 10-year run where you're actually competing for championship, maybe 15.
I mean, I think, really quick, just, with Golden State this year in particular, what was hammered home about this team? It was Steve Kerr. They drafted this team homegrown.
They're young.
And they built their own talent. And that's what's worked. And as nice as Kevin Durant would be, in addition.
If Kevin Durant was 28, 27 is a difference. He's 34. Andrew Wiggins is in his prime at 26. You have Moody at 21. Kuminga's at 21.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole's young. Moses Moody's young. They have so much youth. And they kept Kevon Looney came back. They kept everything except for Gary Payton II, who was out of the league a couple years ago. And they lost Otto Porter, which they were cool with because they have all that youth.
Well, Golden State, they're a team that they can find. They can find talent. They can find a good solid rotation.
This is the talent that they
Kevin Durant.
But
let's say if they purge their
roster.
roster.
You're talking about getting 1 year veterans who will take the minimum. This is right here what they have is actually players. Jordan Poole actually can play for you.
But aren't you the one always talking about, hey, if you got a chance to win next year or you got a chance to win in the moment, you win in the moment.
That's different. They actually can win it next year still with this team. This team will still be favored to come out the West next year. With those young guys, Jonathan Kuminga, when they develop, and with James Wiseman healthy, they're going to still be favored next year. It ain't like they're going all the way to the bottom. They're going to still be a favorite. Now, a team like the Pelicans or the Suns, they need a guy like Kevin Durant to elevate them. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't hate your take. I just think it's different.
And lastly, folks,
take that. Suck. No,
hey, I'm not hating it. Like I said, bro, I think Phoenix for sure is the number one option. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State inquired about KD. That's all I'm saying. No. I don't think.
I don't see KD doing it.
I don't think it's what should happen. Trust me, I don't.
Can you just imagine KD on Twitter, bro? What's gonna happen if he chooses to go back to Golden State? What it's gonna look like for him?
I don't think
he'll never be. He'll always be.
Kevin Durant does not.
No, because legacy wise, think about it. People not gonna for going there the first time. You go back there, people gonna look at him and say you're a coward, you're a snake. They're gonna look at him a different way.
Well, I mean, it's look. We look at KD. We looked at him.
You
wrong.
only talk noise about him too.
But what I'm saying is, we looked at him wrong for going there, and then we still looked at him wrong when he left.
Nope.
Like, why the fuck did you leave?
Yeah, some people did. Some people were hypocrites.
That's what I'm saying. It's no matter what, he's gonna get ripped regardless.
But let's be honest. He can win it by him. He can win it as the main guy on a team. He just needs guys that are gonna be there to perform. Kyrie wasn't there. James Harden wasn't there.
But hold on. So you're saying he wants, like, he's okay with guys playing on team and performing. Like he wants guys on.
Let me ask you this,
he wants guys that can perform, right?
Yes.
So that's why he wants to go to Phoenix with D-Book. But yet you say, hey, Lakers trade for KD and Kyrie because they still want to play together. So if he still wants to play together with Kyrie, then what's the point of leaving?
Because Kyrie's not gonna get they're not trying to extend Kyrie. Part of it's because Kyrie didn't get the extension. If Kyrie got extended, this wouldn't be a big thing. Kyrie literally had to fight for an extension that he didn't get. So he feels they feel like the Nets betrayed them in a way. That's why he wants out now. He feels like the Nets organization has messed. It's more about the Nets organization than Kyrie Irving. It's about the Nets how they handle things. They didn't give him
No.
an extension. That's what this is about. It's not about him not wanting to play with Kyrie.
And I think Kyrie
how
and
about-
Nash had problems.
How about this team? How about Denver?
I'm gonna gut you. I'm gonna gut your roster. I'm taking.
Yeah.
I'm taking.
Oh,
Michael Porter Jr.
Michael got to go, but still, that's still a nice. Hey, KD, Jamal Murray, and
Is that better than
Jokic.
Phoenix though?
shit.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
I would take
part of
that.
what makes the Denver great is their depth though. I'm taking all that depth. All that depth you have, I'm taking.
That's the problem.
Oh, Denver's dope because they have all that depth. Also, they have like Zik Nanji, back of Bay. They have all those guys.
What do you think you're taking from Phoenix? You taking
I'm taking DeAndre Ayton, who wants out already. I'm taking Cam Johnson, he's about to get extended, but Cam Johnson, I'm probably taking picks. That's the two things.
Nah,
I'm taking.
Mikal Bridges got to go.
Okay,
too.
Bridges,
Yeah.
yeah, but Bridges, I'm replacing Bridges with KD, so I'm winning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have that. It's not much about depth.
But Denver, I'm giving you a starter too. I'm giving you Michael Porter Jr., player with a lot
I
of
want,
potential.
I want some of those young players you have.
Like who? What? Monte Morris? You want him?
No, Monte Morris is already going. He went to. They traded him to Washington.
Oh,
I
fuck
want,
yeah, you're right. They did.
I want your picks too.
Okay. I think Denver would do it.
Yeah, Denver. Maybe I think Denver wants to see what they got with this team though. But Denver will be an interesting situation also. There's a lot of places because KD's such a guy he can play anywhere, so he'd be an
It's
interesting.
going to be interesting.
Wherever he goes.
It will change the landscape
Alex
of the
trying to shut us
NBA.
up, Deon.
Yeah.
You're trying to move to the next topic. We keep
Yeah,
talking.
hey, go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Trying to get to the
My
next
bad.
topic. We over here keep talking.
Lastly, to wrap it up with what I call simply a very horrible list, put together by the Rolling Stones, the top 50 comic book movies of all time.
Oh, man.
And just to give you an idea, some notable omissions include The Watchmen.
No, but mention?
No,
Really?
They left the Watchmen.
left The
Damn,
Watchmen
that's
out.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Captain
that's kinda
America:
crazy.
Civil War,
Yeah, Kenneth Bryant reached
Yeah,
this
yeah,
list.
I was looking at his reaction. I was trying to see what he was saying.
Spider-Man: No Way Home,
I can't find like. Let me find a kid how to say this list.
Yeah, I think he
check
did.
check the author of this story.
Now, this will
See if it's
include. This
Kenneth
does
Washington.
include animated movies. I'll just go through some of the notable ones.
Okay.
At 50, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Okay, I'm glad it's in it.
49, Ghost Rider.
Huh?
Oh, it gets
What?
worse. It gets worse. I promise you, it gets worse.
Oh man.
43, Thor.
The Dark World or
No, the
just
first one.
Okay.
There's gotta be some trolling, bro. There's
Yeah,
no way.
this is top level. troll.
46, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Hey, that's low key a banger.
It's on I'm glad I made the list.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm glad
I made the list.
you've never seen it, have you?
It's a good movie.
No.
Number 41, The Avengers.
41.
41. Arguably one of the most influential films in the
Ken, don't
superhero
you dare
genre.
agree with this shit, bro. They just had Ghost Rider over Captain America: Civil War and Watchmen. I don't want to hear anything from this list.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is 49 to give you an idea.
That's crazy. They must not have seen anything new. They probably saw that. That's the last movie they saw. Was like, this is my favorite superhero.
37, The Batman.
Oh no,
37.
37.
The Batman. No. No.
What's
No.
the problem? What's the problem with that?
Civil War and Watchmen should be in there. If the Batman's in there, those two should be in there.
Well, the Batman is better than Civil War. and
To
Watchmen.
give you an idea,
better than
also,
Watchmen.
I just
Huh?
saw this.
Well,
48 is
the Batman's better than
Megamind.
Watchmen.
Huh?
48
Watchmen's
is Megamind.
Batman better.
Megamind.
Megamind.
Hey,
That's a
low-key-
cute movie,
Low-key,
but-
Low-key, that movie does
Megamind,
hit.
Megamind is underrated, low key.
No, it's a good movie, but damn, bro, Civil War and Watchmen didn't get it. I'm not speaking about Marvel. I'm speaking about
34, The Suicide Squad.
James Gunn.
I believe it's James Gunn.
It's something to get off the
It does-
camera, bro.
It's James,
James
Gunn's.
Gunn?
James Gunn's.
Yeah.
DC. I'm finna get up and walk off, bro. It's time
But
to go.
it's ahead of the Batman, the Avengers, the Dark Knight Rises.
No, bro, this is crazy.
Where should we go? Okay, check this out. From 23's Deadpool.
Okay.
So 24, check this out. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. This is the order. Batman Returns is 24. The Rocketeer is 25, which came out in 1991. I didn't even know what this was. I looked it up.
Oh my god.
Darkman is 26.
Dark Man.
Hellboy is 27. Batman Begins is 28. And The Crow is 29.
This is Rolling Stone.
I don't.
Yeah,
Again, that's another one I had to look up.
It might be from the 60s, bro. 70s.
Yeah, that sounds like some old classic shit.
Rolling Stone, man. I'm not going to them for no more superhero movies. I know that for sure.
Stick to music.
This is outrageous, bro. And I don't get a lot of these. Like, not in the Batman has a problem. Oh, Sam Raimi made it.
Number
I just seen that cover. That's on HBO Max, actually.
number
That's that cover.
19, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
I like that one.
I respect that.
18, Captain America: Civil War. I mean, Winter Soldier. My fault.
Winter Soldier. Okay.
Winter Soldier is
Should be in there.
18.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point,
16 is Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, Blank Man needs to be in this list too.
14 is Spider-Man, the first one.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire's.
Okay. I do like
13, A Pleasant Surprise. I think they got this one right of all of them. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
that. Okay.
Number 12, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
See, yeah, that's where you lose me right there. That Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire should be locked. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man should be in like the 30s. Be real. Keep it a buck.
Wait, huh?
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man should be in the 30s. Keep it a buck.
It's like
Yes,
the,
it should be the 30s.
It's like the OG.
No, don't use that. Don't use that OG stuff.
It's
We
the
can't
OG
use
daddy of superhero
We can't
films.
use OG. Let's keep it real. That movie's cool. It's a good movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
It's OG, sticks to the comic source material.
Tom-
So,
they look too-
what is the
too
problem?
The
damn
casting's pretty solid.
No, they're too old. No, they're too old. Tobey Maguire, they were too. They casted too old. Those guys are not like high school kids, bro. They're like grown ass adults.
Okay.
Number 11 is Iron Man.
I don't think Iron Man should be that high.
So, hey, ready for the top 10? Because the top 10 is pretty stupid.
I might walk off if it gets too
Yeah,
crazy. Go ahead.
So from 10 to 1, The Incredibles.
the first
Which-
one,
Yes. And I find The Incredibles very overrated in my opinion. They're cool movies, but
I like The Incredibles.
it's not even the best Pixar movie.
facts. That's Toy Story.
Facts.
Right there with
Double
you,
down
dog.
on facts.
Facts.
So, Incredibles at 10, Wonder Woman at 9,
Oh no.
Thor Ragnarok at 8.
That's too high for that shit.
No, it gets worse. Thor the Dark. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. My dyslexia kicked it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to sign
Thor
off.
Ragnarok at 8, The Dark Knight at 7, Into the Spider-Verse 6, Superman at 5,
Superman. Okay.
Endgame is 4, Logan is 3, Spider-Man 2 is number 2. You know what? I'm gonna just see. Can you guess number 1?
Don't say Man of Steel, please.
No, I'm gonna just see if you
Oh,
can
I was about to
guess.
say, hey,
No, it's not- it's-
Hey, if Man,
They
Steel,
made Man
hey, if
Steel,
Man,
they didn't make
if
it.
Man Steel's in this is number 1, okay, then this was a good list. This was a good list. No,
Number
I'm kidding.
one.
Number 1. I'm gonna sit here and see if you can guess it.
Number 1.
Give me a hint. Marvel, DC.
Marvel.
How about
Iron Man 3.
No.
X-Men? The first one.
Mm-mm. No.
X2.
No.
X3.
X2 did make the list, but no.
Punisher?
No.
Blade.
No. So you know how like Thor Ragnarok at 6 was way too high for a Marvel movie? Think about a good Marvel movie that everybody pretty much universally enjoys,
Guardians.
but way too damn high.
Guardians.
No.
Doctor Strange.
No. No. All 3 of those did make the list though.
Black Widow.
No.
No.
Think about
I
it.
know, I was just.
Oh.
I wasn't serious.
Think about it.
Not Black Panther.
Black Panther?
That one?
Black Panther at number
Hey, look, I
1.
kinda like
Black Panther at number 1.
I love Black
Was
Panther.
Man still in that list? Like top 50?
Oh, here you go.
I'm just curious.
He just wants us to find
I just
out.
want to find out.
Please say no. Please say no. Please.
I mean, this list is already like bullshit.
We got Dark
regardless.
This
Don't need
list
Man
is
Steel.
horrible.
Please say no.
No.
Yes!
Superman 2 made the list, and Superman.
Okay, then yeah.
This list low-key is fire.
This list is complete. This list is complete
Okay,
ass
let me-
trash. I
This
will
list,
never-
Yeah, I
is,
agree.
very,
This
this
list is
list
trash.
is very
Rolling
bad.
Stone, I will never look at them for
let
any
me.
movie reviews
This is
and
my
shit
question.
like
Let me
that,
ask
bro.
y'all. This is my question. Like, everyone has their criteria what they base their superhero rankings off of. What movies.
Yeah.
I don't get the ranking of these movies. Like, I don't understand. Like, I would understand if they had a hype beast ranking where it was like, okay, the most popular ones, the most money made ones. But the list feel like it's all over the place. Like, I just feel like they just randomly grabbing stuff and throwing it in there and saying that's the list. Like it didn't seem like it had no kind of like readable, like no kind of like thoughtful order of like, okay, this is why we chose these films.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just doesn't make any sense.
Like if I give you my list of my top 10 films, you know, there's a little. I like my Marvel a lot. I like certain storylines. You know what I mean? So like you know what you're getting out of my list though. You understand why I'm choosing why I chose these films. I don't get why some of these films are on here, and I don't get why some of them are in places.
I don't get it either.
You had about what 9 Marvel?
Yeah, what Batman
plus Batman Returns.
Returns is fire. That's a good Christmas movie. Y'all sleep. That's a good Christmas movie too,
It's
bro.
it's a good Christmas movie. Sure, okay.
It's 9 Marvel movies and then Batman
Christmas movie
Returns.
too.
Wait till you ask me about my Christmas list during the holiday season.
Yeah, man. God,
I'm interested. No, this list, man,
It's very bad.
Black Panther should be in the top 20, but dang,
Not
man.
one.
Not one. I don't know why I put it number one, huh? Top 20. I'll put it in the top 20 somewhere.
Watchmen should have been in the list.
I think it's well received overall. Most people, it's mostly well received. Did a lot of, like, well, I'm going by a little bit of everything. I'm going by how much money it made. Did amazing in the box office. Well received.
I give a
lot of awards.
Huh? I give 2 shits about how much money it made.
Well, I'm saying that counts when we look at rankings of anything. That counts how much money it made.
Yeah.
Like
so
this is the first of its kind for sure. But I'm saying like, I'm not just putting money though. I'm putting everything.
Also,
it's well received overall. Most people liked it.
Okay.
Also, you got to think of like if Wonder Woman made the top 10, it's probably because of the impact it had for women in cinema.
I'm putting
right?
I'm putting all
Black
that
Panther's
together.
the same reason for what it did for black people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm putting all that together. I'm saying, okay, I
We're
get.
talking about Black Panther. Blade was the start.
No, Blade's not black.
Blade.
That's
Black Panther was
dying-
different though.
No,
it's different.
Black Panther's
I
different.
relate more to Blade.
No, Blade was tight, but Blade was tight.
I relate to Blade. Shit.
Blade was tight, but Black
Motherfucker,
Panther.
have you lost your damn mind?
No,
I relate to that more than anything Black Panther said.
As you can see,
Yeah, there we go.
Blade was cool. I love Blade. But Black Panther was more for the people.
it was
bro.
for the people.
The storyline,
the culture.
It fit for the culture, bro.
The plot of Blade was white people trying to steal a brother's melanin. that was Blade's plot.
They relate to real times, I guess.
So they can stay out in the sun longer. That's what Blade's plot was.
All I'm saying, Blade's dope, but Black Panther
Blade is great.
Black Panther's my stuff, bro. That's a top 20 for me. I just think it did a lot for the culture. The storyline's really dope. It's unique. It's different. Sure, it's not like comic accurate all the way, but it was dope. Yeah, dope. There's some great performances there. Michael B. Jordan was amazing in that movie. So was Chadwick Boseman, but Michael B. Jordan really stood out.
DeAndre, somebody tried to steal your body then?
Huh?
I'm a little confused. Has somebody tried to steal your body before then?
By what?
Your body? How you relate to Blade like that?
Oh, no, I was just talking about as far as the shit he says.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther.
So I'll check on you, make sure.
No, nobody tried to steal my melanin before. No, I don't think.
I'm trying to think. For me, I think I go Avengers at 1.
That's your number 1.
Just because of the impact it had on where we are now.
He has a point. I think Avengers.
You don't get where you are right now with superhero films without Avengers being what Avengers
that's
is.
a fair point. It's.
I'm going based off your favorite player. You think the best player of all time is Michael Jordan because of his impact on the game, right?
That is true.
Till today's time, Avengers has impacted how we look at not just comic book movies, all movies. Everybody wants correlation. Everybody wants everything to be connected now. Everybody wants everything. Oh, I want to see that character come in my universe. I want to see his character come on with this character. Avengers put that on like the map and really made it the first one to do it. Name another superhero movie that had 6 main superheroes on the team on one screen.
Watchmen,
cool, but Watchmen wasn't character. Nobody, the other people don't know who Watchmen is, so it's like Avengers. Like, oh, think about me. People as kids thought, oh, I wonder if I could see Iron Man and Hulk on the same screen one day. You never thought you would see that before. With Tobey Maguire, so everybody just did solo films. The original Hulk movie also was solo. Avengers was the first one to really say, I'm putting all this together. We're going to build something together and all in correlation. That's why it goes number 1 for me.
He's got a point. Because, I mean, you probably don't have a lot of these things without the
This
Avengers
mic was
movie.
at least I dropped the mic, but it's connected.
He's got a point.
I don't know. I gotta look at script, writing, all that. That has to play a part.
He's got a point. It's at least like top 5.
Okay, but most people say Avengers the first one has a really good. The script is solid. It's an overall solid movie. Most people say that's a solid Marvel movie. Loki's dope. People love the Hulk. Loki's fire in that movie.
Yeah, that's not
Thor
bad.
was cool in that movie.
Look, I don't know. When I think of my favorite, my top all time comic book film, I'm thinking something like that. I actually saw from the comics that was well translated into live action.
That's
Hey.
that's rare. How many of those you got? Watchmen. How many more of those you got that do that?
The Batman.
The Batman.
Man of Steel.
Man, I
The
thought Man of Steel was
so,
a good
give me
kind
the
of.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel was a good interpretation.
Lois Lane only got blonde hair. She got blonde hair, bro. She got
Really?
black hair. Supposed to have black hair. Come on,
We
bro.
tripping over hair.
See,
We
comic
tripping over hair color.
See how comic accuracy changes where people want to make their argument? That's comic accuracy. She got blonde hair. She ain't even got black hair she's supposed to have.
Okay, yeah.
That ain't a problem. Henry Cavill ain't got no curl, bro. No Superman curl. Come on.
Yeah, for that sequel,
Yeah.
Lois could have dyed her hair. Henry
just saying,
Cavill could
bro.
have curled.
Okay,
his
give me
shit.
one movie then. What would you say if you had to choose one?
Pick your top 3.
What, like comic book films of all time?
Yeah, give me 3.
Shit.
Watch this.
I mean, I think we did this a while
We did
ago?
10.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Man of Steel would be one of them for me. I really enjoy. I think Watchmen actually is low-key another one of my
Stop.
personal favorites.
Stop. Watchmen's a great film, but how much rewatchability does that movie really have? I know you
A
rewatched
lot.
it the other night.
I rewatched it
That's
a
the
lot.
first time you watched it since when?
A month ago.
Stop lying, bro. Nobody rewatching Watchmen. Even kids will say he loves watching. He'll say, I don't watch that movie that often. That movie's depressing and sad, bro.
You know, maybe
Tell me
because-
that movie.
maybe
How do you watch that movie, bro? Thank you. You don't
Damn.
watch, that movie's not a movie.
See, no, because when I watch it, like something like it just stands out to me visually when I watch it. Like that's that. Like sometimes it's the visuals that pull me in. Like that sequence, and I heard Zack Snyder talk about that shit. Like it was probably one of his favorite sequences that he ever filmed. But it was the where he's talking about Dr. Manhattan and like it's his whole backstory. I think that's one of the most well done directed sequences in comic book film. I just thought it's.
That's cool.
The score,
Watchmen's a
everything
great
about it.
film. But what I'm saying is, with comic book, you go for enjoyment. Let's talk about enjoying what you enjoy watching. What can you sit down? I want to watch this tonight. I can rewatch this over and over again and make my popcorn and
Well,
watch
then,
it.
yeah. Okay, then let's talk about the list of. Let's change the name of the list. It's
No,
top 10
The
popcorn
Watchmen's a great
comic book
movie. But
films.
what I'm saying is, to me, a great movie is something I can watch over time and it still is great. The Watchmen, I feel like you only watch that once every 3 years. 'Cause that movie's depressing. There's nothing positive. It's all
Okay,
sad.
hold on. Okay, so you talk about it being depressing. Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Episode 3. Revenge of the Sith.
no,
That shit is
positive.
depressing.
The good
It's
guys
depressing.
win. The good guy wins.
The good guy wins. What you talking about?
Obi-Wan wins.
They lost. He went into exile. The Empire took over the galaxy.
He didn't win, but you know what I'm saying? There's still a happier ending at the end of that. Watchmen is literally my man.
There's a happier
when
ending.
the bass got killed. Martian, the damn.
There's a wait.
Show me. Okay, give me one happy scene in the Watchmen.
Revenge of the Sith. There we go.
Even that one, he didn't want to have sex with the woman. He over there doing other stuff. That wasn't even that crazy.
No, we're not talking about Dr. Manhattan. We're talking about
the fake knockoff Batman. Yeah, he cool. But I'm saying that movie's. You see Watchmen, right?
Revenge
Yeah.
of the Sith killed kids.
It's not as
They killed kids.
Actually, he did.
I find that pretty.
Actually, he missed
I
some little
find that
kids.
pretty funny.
By
He
Obi-Wan,
killed
he missed-
kids.
No, actually, he missed some.
And you
Those
talk
kids survived.
about I can't rewatch that shit because it's sad. Revenge of the Sith, you watch.
First
that
off,
shit
he didn't
every
kill all those
goddamn
kids. He
day.
missed some. Reva survived.
Man,
but
come
second
on.
off, that movie's not as dark as Watchmen, bro. You can't. Watchmen is literally a dark movie. There's no positive. It's all dark. The whole movie isn't dark. There's no light really in that movie. It's a dark film. You can't watch that every day. You'll lose your mind. The movie's. Alec, you watch Watchmen?
I've seen
How many
it.
times you watched it? Do you watch that? You want to be like, I want to watch something good, enjoy. That's a movie you watch like when you're already down bad. The world sucks. Put it on. You enjoy that film like that?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
You don't think it's a
Now,
dark
you
film?
build different then.
Yeah, we built different for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
I love,
like that's
I love Avatar.
That's what gets me past like the whole depressing movie. Is just like how incredible it is visually. That just stands.
but Avatar's like that too. But like
Avatar what?
Avatar's a very visually
Oh, okay.
impressive movie. But I'll never put that in my top 10 movies of all time.
I thought you were. I thought you meant the last. One. I was about to be like,
Kevin's over
Huh?
there warming up.
No, I'm not
Okay.
I'm not saying because you talk about visually. That movie's very visually nice.
yeah. And why do you think Avatar is hyped? Because
But you
like,
never put in your top 10 films.
what Avatar?
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah, I probably don't.
That's what I'm saying. So the visual thing goes to a certain extent, but also you have to be able to enjoy the story and have like a positive. I guess everybody.
Yeah, Watchmen had Watchmen had a great story. I mean, it was sad, it was depressing, but it still was a
Watchmen
great
like I watch
story.
Logan once every 3 years. Logan's sad as hell too.
I do watch.
But go ahead and
Logan.
finish your list. I think you got Watchmen, man. Still going to go with your last one. My bad.
I mean, shit, I don't know. Fuck.
Logan.
Batman.
Oh, the
I'm
Batman.
a
the
Superman.
Bat-
I'm a Superman fan, so like Man of Steel was like my first ever time where I actually really enjoyed this Superman and could relate to him. You know, like he wasn't the classic Boy Scout. I get it. He has his tendencies, but one of my favorite scenes in that movie is like when he sees the lady that he's working with at the bar, and she's getting harassed by that one guy, and the guy keeps like he tosses beer on him, pushes him and shit. And like most comics, they just have Superman walk off. Nah, this one he put his truck through all that shit, and I was like, you know what? That's something I would do if I was Superman.
Alec, that's comic accurate though, right? See how they pick and choose, bro? They pick and choose.
What are you talking about?
It ain't comic accurate to what Superman would
He
do.
destroyed a car in the comics. What you talking about?
You tell me Superman gonna get somebody to pour a beer on him, he gonna go outside and take his truck and ram into the damn wood and say and walk off and be cool with it.
This is a little more realistic. It's a little more realistic.
Oh my god, it's realistic.
But that's what I'm saying. You guys pick and choose. Y'all deform it like he was doing with the Avatar. Y'all pick and choose how y'all want.
I never said Man of Steel was a complete comic accurate movie.
You just said your top movie has to be comic accurate.
Yes, it has to interpret a lot of things from comics. Yes,
that's what
exactly. Thank you.
That's what Avengers did. Black Panther did that too. Actually, I don't say Black Panther number one, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Panther improved on the comic. It took that Killmonger story. What do you mean? Yeah, I think it's because Killmonger beforehand, before the movie came out, you had Killmonger, but Killmonger had limited backstory. Like, you knew like he got captured from Claw and taken to America, but he had limited other backstory. I think they kind of changed it up a little bit, but it worked with him being his cousin, living in Oakland, want to go home to Wakanda. I think it worked. It gave it a nice little twist.
Yeah.
Y'all talk about Superman being dark and shit, motherfucker.
He is dark. That's not who Superman is.
Man,
he's supposed to be the light.
In Superman, what was it? Superman 2, this man literally stood there, shook Zod's hand, crushed it, and was smiling while doing it.
Bro, I'm not saying you can't have moments like that. But what I'm saying is Superman, for the most part, is supposed to be like the guy everyone's like, the beacon. He's the beacon.
Who said he wasn't? Who said he wasn't?
Put the man still. Let's see how many people he said at the end of that movie.
Oh my God! See, no, because look,
he could have literally had a scene. And kids agree with that before. We talked about. I thought we go back on what we did talking about. Go ahead.
No, I said yeah. Okay, I always say this. Yes, Man of Steel could have added a scene right at the end, like after
of him lifting buildings, saving.
Yeah,
people.
like they could show like a newscast and show like different clips, like like all these different reporters talking about Metropolis was saved by this unknown superhero known as Superman or called Superman.
Yeah,
kind of like how Avengers did at the end, where they had the clips and all the montage.
Yeah.
You could have had him saving lives, kind of like at the Batman as well, where he's lifting the rubble and lifting people out. You could have showed that. That would have improved the movie tremendously. Like it would have been like absolute masterpiece.
5,000 people died.
5,000 fictitious people were killed.
Look, that's what happens when you have two fucking superpowered human beings fighting each other.
We're also not talking about just kids. Tell me you understand what I'm saying. We're not just talking about an Iron Man or average. We're talking about the superhero of all superheroes, Superman. He's the ultimate superhero. If anybody's gonna save more lives, it's supposed to be him. Oh. He has freeze, but he has all that stuff.
What did you expect him to do?
I expect him to save some. If you want to be able to save him during the movie, I get that. You could have shown him at the end saving lives, or even during the fight scene. You could show him punching Zod away, pick somebody fall off a building, grab him, put him on the ground.
No, because that's not realistic. If I'm fighting somebody and I punch him and I take the time to save somebody, guess what?
He's the fastest.
Guess what? I'm going to end up dying because I'm focusing.
This is the fastest being. He's faster than everybody.
Zod has his powers too. He's just as fast.
DeAndre, this is my problem with your argument is you're talking about he can't punch somebody real hard and make him go flying that way like he was in the movie. He was going through buildings, go save a person real quick, put him on the ground, and go back to fighting.
You don't think Zod's going to take advantage?
I saw Iron Man doing that in Avengers Age of Ultron. They were doing that. They were saving people, getting people out of the city.
Because he has a fucking team that can help him.
Superman don't need no team. Superman, bro.
But if Iron
Man's fast.
If Iron Man could take on Ultron by himself, then the Avengers could save all those other people. Yes, they can do it. Superman can't fight somebody, save some people. It's not realistic.
You hear this? It's not realistic for Superman to go save lives with This is Superman. This man has freeze breath, laser vision, all this stuff. He could have literally made, he could have done a breath and made like a little slide. Somebody come down or something like that. You could have did something like that. You could show off his power set. You could have. He's the fastest man.
But Man of Steel. Let's not forget. This was his first ever fight. This is like his first movie. He's never experienced all his powers. He doesn't have
What Batman say? Save one. We ain't talking about you gotta do that crap. I'm just saying about simple stuff.
Oh, you mean the line from Justice League? You talking about that?
But that's who the character is. I know people don't like that. They say, "Oh, he's a Boy Scout. Oh, the Superman's all, he's corny."
Yeah.
But that's who the character is. So you're going against who the character is because you like this version better because he's dark.
It's realistic.
That's against the comic, though. That's what the character is. That's what I keep saying.
Lord
you keep
help
bringing
me.
all this time this comic talk. No, I have a problem with people dying, but at least show you saving people too. He didn't save nobody. So Lois Lane's all the way gets saved. You could have showed him at least even that last scene.
Well,
bro.
yeah, I mean that's how it always is.
No,
He always saves
no,
Lois
but
Lane,
I know he do.
He drops
But
everything
look,
for Lois.
At the end, kid, this is what I'm saying right here. After he cracks Zod's neck. He breaks his neck. You could show him hugging. You didn't have to show Lois Lane. Forget Lois Lane. You could have had him hearing the cries. You got that hearing the cries of people still under buildings, burning in fires, all kind of stuff. You could say, I gotta go help these people. I gotta be the hope. Or show something like that. You could have did some some kind of line, but you could have showed him going and lifting buildings, helping Lawrence Fishburne, grabbing people from buildings, bringing them to their families, showing people from their kids, parents over there, and their kids coming down. You got Superman, the light and everything coming down with the cape. It'd been dope.
I agree with that.
They did it a little bit in BVS.
I
but it was
agree
too late.
with you. I agree on that. What I disagree with is saving people mid-fight. That makes no sense.
You can't tell me you can't save no people. You could show them saving
No,
people.
you want to know why? You want to know why? And this is a perfect. You gotta watch this series because you've never watched it.
Go ahead.
I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. Invincible. Invincible showed exactly why Superman can't save niggas mid-fight.
But
because
DeAndre.
Invincible tried to do that shit right when he was fighting his Omni-Man, and Omni-Man was still whooping his ass.
DeAndre, we're talking about Superman. All I'm saying is this: you ain't got to show him do nothing crazy. You can show this man punch this man and a building coming down, him just catching the building and hurry up and putting it up or something like that and being done. You could show something quick like that. It ain't gotta be nothing crazy. Where it's like,
Invincible tried to do the same shit.
Okay, you could have showed him again. You could show him fighting him, punching him. Somebody's falling, him just catching her, bringing her to the ground real quick, then getting caught by.
He did. Oh my fucking god.
Besides Lois Lane,
Javante, he did that. He did that in the movie when the pilot fell out of the plane. Superman caught him, and then guess what? He said, "You're okay." And then he turned around and got decked by fucking.
That's
Jack
fine.
Sawyer.
I would rather see a little bit more of that. That's all I'm saying. Superman
But you
jumping,
said it- you
bro.
said- you
a
said it like it never
gasoline
happened.
truck. Zod throws a gasoline truck. Superman just jumps over. He don't even try to catch it or nothing. He doesn't try to freeze it. Anything. Back to, no, it blew the building. That's why the case right here.
Okay, I'll bring up another example. So he didn't catch the gasoline truck, correct?
No, he did. He jumped over.
Okay, when Zod threw the satellite in space, Superman caught the satellite, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? Zod ran through the satellite to get to Superman.
He could have froze the truck.
So if Superman could have caught the gasoline truck, what makes you think that Zod wouldn't have just ran through
that's
the
my
gasoline
thing.
truck with Superman?
This is supposed to be the most OP superhero ever. This man got freezing breath. You can't freeze the truck? If the gasoline's frozen, it can't blow up.
Javante, he doesn't have freeze breath in this movie. He's still new to his powers. And even if he did...
That's a good way to help him explore the powers.
Even if he did, do you know how much time it would take to freeze the whole fucking gasoline truck?
Wow, we doing this for Superman now. We say he has to take more than a minute to freeze a gasoline. You hear the blasphemy. Now he's starting to get that blasphemy. You're telling me Superman, the most powerful human, the most powerful being on the planet, has to take more than a minute to freeze a truck?
I'm not saying it takes more than a minute.
A quick freeze the truck, DeAndre.
That does not freeze the truck.
Kid, what do you think? Thank you.
Like he has to.
No, stop.
That is literally what it would take to freeze.
DeAndre, he literally froze. Wait, was it Batman? What was it? BVS? He did real quick. 5 seconds, like he said.
He didn't even use his freeze.
No, I'm trying to think about what it was in. But Justice League.
He froze Steppenwolf's axe. The small little axe. Yes.
Giant, I'm not saying it's to freeze the whole truck, just freeze the gasoline part, bro. But it only take like 5 seconds, maybe 10 at the most. It's Superman, bro. You ain't gonna take no 2 minutes. You like for Superman? This ain't Friezo from Incredibles. Come on, bro.
You guys make this a whole lot easier, I'm telling you.
I can't, bro. Sometimes he be saying that like, "Guy, this Superman you're talking about. This is supposed to be the guy."
But you don't.
I seen Iron Man take a
You
couple
don't
minutes to freeze.
understand. You don't understand.
Kids agree with me. He agreed. 5 seconds. He said 5 seconds, right? Come on, for Superman, bro. Yeah, I tell you, this man's the fastest man on the planet.
It depends, like I get what you're saying, like it's the deep power Superman. Like he has a
Isn't that a good way to show his power? Like to explore the power set. Oh, I got you. Do this. Isn't that a good way to show it off? They never showed his power set really, or what else he can do.
I see him trying. 'Cause at that point, he doesn't have much experience
I'll be better with that then. You show him trying to do it. He ain't got free soundtrack. Just freeze the gasoline part. I'll be cool with that, bro. I'm just saying, bro. You could show Superman doing more.
All I'm saying is, bro, that was his first ever fight. He's
Don't
never.
forget people that blew up in that church also when he was in the courtroom. Remember in that BBS. But he didn't know it was gonna happen, so I don't blame him for that one.
Yeah,
He couldn't hear.
Yeah.
it.
lead line.
But I'm just saying, bro. You could have shown that man doing more.
He's never before Man of Steel. He never engaged in fighting. He never actually.
That
fought.
was the Avengers. They wanted sanctions on us.
He never actually fought anybody. The Kryptonians from Krypton, they were trained warriors.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying you can't have. All I'm saying, DeAndre, for the last time, is if you could have him showing him punching somebody far. He's strong, right? He could punch Zod through a building or something like that, or punch him in the sky. Whoop, quickly save somebody, put him on the ground. That's it. He could probably save about 5-10 people like that, real quick. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Kenneth, do you buy that?
5,000. If that was Marvel, the Accords would be on us right now. Tell us to sign the Accords.
Kenneth, do you buy that? Do you buy him doing some shit like that?
But who Superman is, he should be able to do that. This is Superman.
I think he would try but fail. But I think the movie tries to explain that because he did try to save people, but he failed at it in a sense of he'll get his ass kicked. So especially when they were fighting the military guys, and there was 3 of them there, he was trying to save people, he was getting his ass kicked. So it was he couldn't just keep doing that over and over again. He had to save, especially at that moment when Zod's literally murdering the city. I don't think saving people was on his mind. The only thing saving people was fighting him and getting rid of the threat.
Yes.
He could have took him to space there or something like that. This man's in the city, bro.
Remember, he pushed him up he grabbed him, he went to space. Zod said, "Fuck that."
all I'm saying, bro, is I just wish I saw Superman save a couple more casualties. That's all I'm saying. This is a good movie. I'm not saying the movie's bad. It's a great movie, great visually, great fight scene, all that kind of stuff. I just wish I saw Superman do a little bit like what the Marvel Avengers do, and they save a couple people afterwards.
Oh, here you go. You got to compare
After
to Marvel
the fight's
Avengers
over,
and beat
they still show them saving a couple lives. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's more trauma.
Hey, look, I feel like this going to
you
Marvel
treat it
versus
like
DC. I'm going to bring it up.
You treat it like I agree that they should have showed him saving some lives at the end of the fight, but during the fight, he can't save niggas.
Look, DeAndre, I don't want to hear it. I saw Iron Man in the Hulkbuster fighting a raged Hulk, still saving people's lives.
Uh-oh.
And that's the Hulk in rage. That was the raged up Hulk from the spells and everything. Oh, they should have killed my man T'Challa.
People die.
T'Chaka.
People die. People die.
No, they do. But you show him actually trying to. I'm not saying people don't die, but you show him trying to save people as well.
Avengers, people died.
But you show him trying to save people as well. That's what I'm saying. No, it was no. Nice try. It was when Iron Man was fighting Hulk 1-on-1 with the
Javante had that
Hulk
already.
Buster on. He said that elevator. When the elevator's gonna go down and crash, he caught the elevator while Hulk was over there coming for his ass. He put the elevator down real quick. Got back to fighting Hulk.
Javante was waiting for one of y'all to
Kevin, I'm here, brother. I got you. Give me the power.
Javante was ready for one of y'all to say.
They trying to cover my people. I gotta put this up in check, bro. You making excuses, DeAndre. Oh no, because he was in Wakanda. Oh, no, they're outside of Africa, but still, my point is they showed him trying to save lives. I'm not saying you can save everybody. I'm not saying that. Just show me you trying to save lives.
He did.
It's just blowing up.
He
everything.
He did. Yeah.
And that's the problem. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people felt Superman didn't really do much saving. He just fought.
Because this movie's trying to be more realistic, it's quick thinking, oh shit, supervillain is right in front of me. He's gonna kill everybody around me. He did try. Remember, like I said, he did try to push him out. He pushed him up, and he said no.
But bro, look at this. Look at this also. We saw in Justice League, they did a lot more of Superman saving people. We saw this man lift the whole building up and take the building.
You're talking about Justice League.
That's still a good scene. Him taking the whole building and moving it out of the way. Is that not a good scene? You remember that scene from Josh Whedon's version? Where Flash, I thought you all like Superman. Where Flash is taking the one guy, he has the whole building, bro, and taking the whole building. I'm just saying, you're limiting.
Technically, that's actually fake too because he was lifting the building right in the middle. It would have tipped over.
Okay. Now we're
crumbled over.
All I'm saying, John, is this. You show Superman doing things like that. I'm saying Superman's the most powerful being. You can show him doing things out of the abnormal because he is Superman.
And they did that. They did that in Batman vs Superman. They had that whole montage.
Yeah, but that because
the ship
because of this.
Saving the Rocket.
We complain about this. That should have been the first movie. That should have been how the first movie closes. But instead of the water thing, you show the kid to bring the kids down from the sky or something like that. That would have been better for a closeout than that montage in BVS. Because BVS tried to replace and try to say, hey, Superman does save people. It was too late for me. I was like,
That worked better.
All right.
Sorry.
I never said.
I got on a rampage, bro.
I
My heart rate going right
I never
now.
said I was against Superman.
Now I don't want to hear it no more, DeAndre.
I'm saying I'm not. I was never against Superman saving people, like having Superman save people at the end of fighting. Sure, throw that shit in at the end, but mid fight,
You don't say some blasphemy,
no.
DeAndre. You said Superman needs 2 minutes to get the breath off, get the cold breath.
Yes, they showed that
was?
throughout the movie.
And I want to see him do it as Superman at the biggest moment where people were 5,000 and more.
Okay,
now
well,
a school
so
bus
hold
of
on.
kids,
So,
12 kids.
You know what? You're right. Superman should have just let the world engine happen. Should have never flew to the Pacific Ocean or the Indian Ocean and destroy that machine. He should have just let
hit
that
myself with this
machine.
mic.
He should have just let that machine destroy the whole world.
I'm not
because,
saying that.
because that's not saving people like that. But guess what? He did destroy the machine, did he? Which saved lives. Did he not?
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying, you could show him doing it more in the fights and after the fight. That's all I'm saying, bro. Shout out to Kevin Feige and Marvel. Keep doing your thing. Ms. Marvel's been fired, guys. Go check that. Go check it out.
Plug in Marvel out.
You gotta plug it in. Thor come out next week, guys. Get ready for it. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but hey, Kevin Feige,
Oh, man.
we gotta go check it out.
He had to.
The checks keep coming, so we gotta keep
He had
showing
to
love.
plug in Marvel.
I just.
People that complain about Batman being able to fight Superman in his little suit don't complain about Iron Man being able to fight Hulk.
That's different. That's the Hulk Buster. That's different. That's way different. And Superman's supposed to be the OP Superman. Laser vision, froze breath, freezing breath, all kind of stuff.
Hulk wanted to kill Iron Man.
Low key, Batman literally killed him. Let's be honest. Batman beat him.
Until Martha came
Batman
out.
could have killed him, bro.
You know,
Batman had him on the ropes.
You know, y'all complain about the fight, like as far as it being 8 minutes long. But remember, Batman the Dark Knight Returns anime movie? That fight was only what 6-7 minutes.
Bro, Batman lost. Batman won the fight in BVS. Superman got lost.
I know, but I'm saying like y'all say like, oh, the fight should have been longer. I'm like, how?
I'm just saying, if you're
what did
gonna-
y'all expect a 20
Because I'm
minute
saying,
fight?
if you're going to market a movie BVS, then people are going there thinking they're going to see some Batman.
But it's
versus
not
Superman.
just them.
At least with Captain America: Civil War,
But it's not just them.
knowing how
fighting.
much y'all hate it, at least throughout the whole
I
movie
don't hate it.
we get controversy.
But
We
it's,
have different
but
things.
it's not just them fighting. It's more of their ideologies and their beliefs. Like Superman.
What's
doesn't-
Superman's beliefs? That man went back to being scared and talking about the world don't want him and stuff like that. He went backwards from his character.
So
you even have said before, his character goes back more than he does forward.
I do.
He goes
wish-
back to where he was
I
a Man
do-
Steel.
I do wish he would have embraced more, like been more positive, because I do feel like he was a little bit more like
He was Man
a little
Steel
bit
again.
depressed
He
in
went
Batman
back.
versus Superman. But I can understand it because I mean, think about it. Like he's a guy who saved the world, yet most of the world still doesn't view him as a hero. Most of the world
my
hates him. They're unsuspicious of
And
they're
Batman does
suspicious
a,
of him.
no. I know we got this podcast. Batman does the same thing, and Batman gets the hate. Superman was beloved. Because when people saw Superman, they're like, Superman got more love than Batman did, but he acted more all sad and stuff.
Ben Affleck's Batman wasn't a hero to people. People were scared of him.
They were, but he was a vigilante. People didn't like him. They thought he was they were scared of him. Look, he was moving at first. He was moving quick
And
as
also,
fuck,
let's
bro. He like a
face,
demon.
let's also face, Superman was talked about around the world. Batman, it's Gotham. That's it.
Okay. Oh, that's another thing I got a problem with. Before we get off here, why is Gotham and Metropolis so close, bro? Superman could take care of Gotham too. They made that too close. They're like literally right across the bridge, bro.
It's like
Brooklyn
Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman can take care of both sides.
20-minute drive.
They messed up there too.
Like a video game where your zone stops.
Yeah,
It's like GTA 5.
yeah. Oh man.
I get that.
But no, overall, I enjoy those movies. They're good movies. You know, we
It's
just
a fun discussion.
If you ever try J&J, you know, me and Johnny got two different views. The DC
did,
stuff, Johnny gets
honestly.
hyped up for. I'm more hyped for the Marvel stuff. Just how it is.
I love it
Shout
how
out Uncle Kev.
I love
Oh,
it. I
no.
love it after you just
You want to know a crazy thing this motherfucker be saying?
man,
He
stop.
says he would rather watch. What is it? Marvel.
Hey, you can't say-
hold on. What's that Marvel
Oh, the
anime show?
Marvel, the Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble, rather than watch it over
Hey,
any
don't
D,
look at that, bro.
over
You
any.
said you rather
he,
watch-
he would rather watch that than any other DC animated project, like Justice League, Batman
I've
the
seen
animated
those also. I've
series,
seen some of those.
Superman the animated series.
Hey,
he
I
would
know you
rather
look at me all
watch
silent.
that.
You said you rather. Hey, I should have you on camera.
That
right
is
now.
what
you
you
said.
said.
You rather watch Wonder Woman 84 over Civil War,
You
and
did-
you said Suicide Squad 2016.
This is when you know MCU bias
You don't recall
at its
that?
best. This is MCU bias at its best.
You said that's the most blasphemous you've heard today.
That is one of the most blasphemous.
He hasn't been saying
statements.
more blasphemous about the movies he'd rather watch over all the movies we said.
At least he gives us all. At least he gives somewhat of a good
Johnson,
reason.
He said
you
84,
have no reason.
He said 84 over Civil War.
Why? Okay, why is Avengers Assemble better than Justice League?
It's not better. I just enjoy it more because it's more co-edited with the movies. They look like they had the movie looks like the characters in the movies.
Well, I didn't say 84, I said Harley Quinn.
Oh, Birds of Prey. You heard that right there. Birds of
Come
Prey.
on, man. You tell me Avengers Assemble.
I'm not saying it's what the Marvel. I'm not saying it's what Justice League. I'm saying I enjoy the DC stuff too. I enjoy the Marvel stuff because it's like very close to the movies.
So
I
it's
enjoy
close
those
to the
movies.
MCU.
Yeah, I love the MCU.
I mean, it's like
I
a
never said I didn't
knockoff.
love the MCU. Uncle Kev.
It's like a knockoff. I wouldn't watch it personally over anything.
Hey,
DC
you're the same
puts
guy that
out.
loves Spider-Man No Way Home and Thor Ragnarok. I don't hear anything
I
from
don't like
you.
Thor Ragnarok all that much.
You like Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't hear anything from you.
It's the nostalgia, Javante. It gets me.
You just told me what was fire. I don't hear anything from him no more.
I said what?
You told me what was good. I don't hear anything from you.
It's the nostalgia that gets me.
Just because Marvel Avengers similar to nostalgia. That's why he ain't messing with it.
I think on that note,
I just don't
gentlemen,
watch it.
Shut up, y'all. They trying to close us out, DeAndre. You keep talking. You trying to get us out of here. This ain't Dre and Jay. This ain't our child.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is Marvel doesn't have any good anime
Oh,
projects. Let's just be honest.
He's not wrong
The
about
shows.
that.
Okay, fine. That last note, I gotta say, Uncle Kev, shout out to you. See you at the barbecue 4th of July. Everyone have a happy 4th of July, by the way. Also, we didn't say that yet. Shout out Uncle Kev. Shout out Thor, Love and Thunder. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but I'm here for it. Shout out Chris Hemsworth.
if there's one man that man defends, it is Uncle Kev.
Let me make one more last statement.
Stop.
Shout out Zack Snyder for his Man of Steel.
And if there's one thing you
Amazing movie.
defend, it's Zack Snyder.
And make Man of Steel happen.
Shout out to that Fire Doctor Strange into the multiverse. Multiverse of Madness. I enjoyed it. Did crazy numbers on streaming. We killing the game. Happy 4th of July, guys. Take care.
Shout out to Obi-Wan
Look,
Kenobi.
I need my Man of Steel too. I need a different Superman villain. I'm tired of seeing Lex Luthor and damn fucking Zod. I need to see Brainiac, Parasite, Livewire. Give me some other characters. I want some other villains.
Yeah,
And
shout out Thor.
I want Henry
God
Cavill-
Butcher's gonna be crazy. Shout out to Christian Bale. Shout out to Taika Waititi and
I
all the
want
people.
Henry Cavill back as Superman.
I'm gonna own you both right here, right now. Shout out to
Kev.
Obi-Wan Kenobi
And Uncle Kev.
for bringing back my childhood memories.
Uncle Kev also.
Ian McGregor killed it.
Ian McGregor was amazing. I'll give you that. Hayden Christian was barely in it.
Aiden was great. Aiden was great, even though he was barely in it.
Yeah.
But the writing was terrible.
Yeah.
Boo.
Story was okay.
And look, what's her name? Reva's name? Her real name?
Moses Ingram.
Moses Ingram was not bad in the show. They just gave her a bad character script. They
Yeah,
wrote the
they
script
kinda-
bad.
yeah.
They gave her a bad character. It was not her
they
fault.
did.
She did
They
the best
did.
she could with that role.
They did. On that note, gentlemen, from the Zack Snyders to the
Uncle Kev,
Uncle Kev's.
MCU all day.
to Kenneth over there doing his thing.
He loves the MCU also. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy my MCU T-shirt for Christmas.
Oh, me too. Look at my Spider-Man one.
Yeah, better wear it too.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be like Jameson in Spider-Man 2 when he finds the costume.
Oh,
And he hangs it up on the wall. It was a hero. I just couldn't see it.
You ever see that deleted scene where he's wearing it?
Yeah, it's gonna be Kenneth when we walk out the door.
Feige. Oh, I love these movies.
He goes.
cool.
It's gonna
Oh,
be you,
Kev's so dope. Can't tell the guys that though.
and he knows it too.
Yeah,
So that's the wrap things up,
Civil War's
folks.
amazing.
Tune in next week for another fun episode of The Final Drive. This is Alec, Javante, and DeAndre signing off. Until
Happy
then,
4th of July, guys. Take care. Be safe out there.
happy 4th,
Don't drink and
everyone.
drive.
Be safe.
Be safe.
He looks so defeated.
Sour Kids Production.